Weekend of championships. Congratulations to the New York Knicks and Carolina Hurricanes. The Knicks defeated the Spurs in Game 5, once again overcoming a deficit to win their first NBA title in 53 years. The Hurricanes beat the Golden Knights in Game 6 to win their first Stanley Cup since 2006. More winning from the weekend. The U.S. men's national team defeated Paraguay 4-1. Next up, taking on Australia Friday here in Seattle.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. A weekend of winning, with the exception of the Mariners, which is really where we're starting the show, or rather what our first segment is ultimately going to get to. But we wanted to start by quickly taking just a couple minutes to talk about three other massive stories from the weekend. Congratulations to the Knicks. Congratulations to the Hurricanes. And to the U.S. men's national team beating Paraguay 4-1. I mean, a couple minutes at the top, Bump. Where do you even want to start?
I want to start with the Knicks, man. I think that was fun to watch. Knicks being down, winning games like they usually do, not panicking. Bronson dropping 40 on him. Cat getting into foul trouble early, had to sit for a while. You saw what the Spurs tried to do. They had four guards out there at one time, really forcing Bronson to handle the switch off, right? He looked for that pick and that screen, and usually you get a mismatch on the screen, but when you have four guards out there, it was Vassell, it was or Vassell. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, young man. You're a baller. Castle, Harper out there. It was that was fun to watch, and to see the excitement from New York. Like, I have friends from New York. I called them, I FaceTimed them. Like, they flew out there. They live here, but they flew out there just to be there.
Yeah. If
and when it went down. It was fun, man. Now, here's the thing. Do we have to, like, burn stuff? You know what I mean? And damage things?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I obviously I grew up in L.A. and every championship, L.A. was on fire. Like, things are on fire. Things are getting vandalized.
Naturally just what happens.
Yeah, and some people are like, oh, my God, what are they doing? Like, I'm the same because I'm old now. I'm like, man, don't be messing things up. But I'm also like, listen, this is just what comes with it. Philly did it when they won.
It's young people.
Yeah, it's just young people going crazy. It was fun to watch, though. So big ups to the Knicks.
I like the stats that came from this one, too. Ryan Phillips, the Spurs led for 72% of the NBA Finals. From at Lake Show Yo, they led Game 1 by 14 points, Game 2 by 12, Game 3 by 12, obviously ended up winning. Led Game 4 by 29 points, which we all know was the biggest comeback in NBA playoff history, and led Game 5 by 16. I just cannot believe that, and it was a close series. It was a great series, but leading for 173 minutes, about 73% of the series, and it's 4-1? I mean,
yeah, it's crazy.
I cannot believe that it didn't even get to 6. Certainly not get to 7. It's just, it's not a game that it wasn't a series bump that for most of it felt like, oh, no doubt it's going to be the Knicks. Absolutely. It's just they managed to close out and win those games. What do you think about Wemby?
I thought Wemby,
he changed some mind?
He just looked tired, man. He looked tired at the end of the game. And what he needs to learn, and he will, I'm sure, obviously put on some more weight. He's gotten heavier from his previous year, but he's got to learn to play with his back to the basket. At the end of the day, you are 6'5". You play with your back to the basket. You're able to open up your offense a bit, right? They can dish it down to you. They can collapse you, pop it back out. You get wide open shots. Having a 7'5" guy operate from the perimeter, you lose an advantage. When he is in the paint, he deters shots. He blocks shots. He's easy lob. That's got to be the evolution of his game because we know he got handles. We know he can shoot. He'll get better at that too. But at 7'5", you have to be able to play with your back to the basket. All the great scorers have done it, from LeBron to Jordan to Kobe, Melo, KD. All the great scorers know how to play with their back to the basket because it opens up your offense.
U.S. men's national team beats Paraguay 4-1. Now, we're going to get to that at 10:30 with Tim Booth of the Seattle Times. We're also obviously going to preview Friday's match. But, Bump, I saw so many people saying this is the best U.S. men's national team they've seen. Did it feel like that to you?
Yeah, for sure. I think you've had bigger names within the team, right? You think of the Clint Dempsey's, Landon Donovan's, Kobe Jones when I was growing up, Eric Winaldo. Like, there have been names that people know. Like, I look at this team, and I had to get familiar with them. I've watched them play for the qualifiers, but I wasn't as invested individually with these players. And once you start going down their roster and seeing who's on this team, Richards, who plays in the EPL, you got other players, obviously Pulisic, who plays over there in Italy. Listen, they got some guys and have some guys with experience. This is the most international team when it comes to them playing in other leagues that I've ever seen. Usually, all of our guys play in MLS. You watch an MLS game, you watch an English Premier game, you're going to notice the difference within 5 minutes. So, yeah, this is the best team that I've seen. And people I'll save it because we're going to talk about them in a little bit. So, yeah, best team I've seen, and we'll dive deeper.
Okay, so, yeah, we'll dive deeper about 24 minutes from now. Let's talk Mariners. I'm glad we started with other teams winning. The Mariners, kind of a bummer series. Now, there's the question of injuries, a conversation we'll get to a bit later in the show. So we're trying to figure out what's kind of worth closer inspection. Bump, when this series closed out, and there was a certain point where I was picking up my phone, just scrolling, checking in with other stuff during that series finale, because I just thought, God, they've been really seeing some improved play, even without some stars out there, which has been impressive. But it did not feel like it with this one. They really missed out on an opportunity. So I thought, do I just kind of put this in the rearview mirror and go, bad series in June, move on? Or is there stuff here kind of worth pausing and taking a closer look at? Is there anything worth closer inspection from this weekend series against the Nationals? And I'll add on, or from the road trip as a whole.
Well, we can't ignore that they're banged up. You got Naylor with a shin, Munoz back, J.P. Hand, Randy Hammy, Brashwood lag, Criswell's out, Cal oblique, Donovan growing, and then the two forgottens that I guess we don't spend time on because they've been out for so long, Logan Evans and Carlos Vargas. This is not the team. They're the forgottens. No one talks about them. Like, they're still on the team. They're just banged up.
Yeah.
But you're not playing with the team that you thought you would trot out there.
Yeah.
And with that being said, pitching just wasn't the greatest. Miller's been, ridiculous.
Lights out.
If you look at his baseball savant chart, everything's in red. And red is good, not bad. Blue is bad, red is good. His velo, his chase, whiff, K rate, barrel. It's just everything he's doing. He's saying, y'all better not try to put me in no piggyback again because I'm the guy. All right, don't do that. Emerson had back-to-back games with a bomb. A young man that we didn't expect to have this much power, at least not early at 20 years of age. He's still got some weight to put on.
That's been cool.
And my question is, because I saw a lot of reactions and stuff. Like, are we really stressing that much over Hancock, right? Because he's had 5 starts last 5 before this. He didn't give up more than 2 runs. He got 3 quality starts. It was bad. It was a bad outing. I was listening to Brock and Sock this morning, and Brock suggested, he goes, if you do go piggyback, that's the guy you piggyback. And I love his reasoning. It's because he's young. You want to save his arm, right? You cut down on some innings or whatnot. The Mariners was not, you're 4-6 on this road trip. You're still in first place in the division. You managed to win some games banged up, and there were times where your pitch didn't look good.
Well, that's why I like this conversation, though. And frankly, any critique or praise that's happening in June is there is a portion of Mariners fans who very understandably are going to go, this team's still in first place. I know they were 4 above 500. You were looking to add on to that and run away with a bad division, but you still are technically over 500. You're 37-36. You're still first in the AL West. You're still one of the likeliest teams to win your division, and it's June. And you're missing a couple guys, so I'm not worried. Like, there is a portion of fans who are saying, put it in the rear view, flush it, don't care. Like, almost nothing's worth closer inspection. And then there are fans that get frustrated about, say, 1 run against a national starter that is not very good and has a 5.2 or 5.29 ERA this year. Like, I think I loved what we saw, to your point, from Bryce. Loved what we saw from Colt Emerson. Also, to your point, seeing the power from him is cool. Julio went 0 for 4 yesterday. He's DHing. I don't know. Some guys prefer when they're like actually, playing defense as well. Like, they just kind of get in the groove. You have a guy like Master Boney who goes 0 for 3. Can I be upset about that? I don't think so. He's, you can't 0 for 3 for Pareda. Same thing. But like, there is just not enough offense with this team, and that includes from some guys that you are going to be counting on. You're not looking at Master Boney and Patrick Wisdom to be part of a World Series starting lineup, but you are looking at Julio Rodriguez and Josh Naylor, who had a moment. I want to give that credit. Luke Raley, who's been great but was 0 for 4. So again, just not enough offense, and I feel like we have said that a few too many times this year.
Yeah, when Julio goes, 1 for like 12 or something, 11 during this series, no, not good enough. You're going to need him to perform. And it's not like we're asking the others, right, the role players to be those guys. We're just asking the guys who are paid to be those guys to be exactly that. And I would assume there's some type of pressure that comes with it, too, when you feel like the guys at the mound aren't locked in or aren't performing at to their highest level, because now you're stressing out the plate a little bit. Maybe you're swinging at things you shouldn't be swinging at. You feel like, okay, I need to make something happen, which I can appreciate an individual on the team being like, okay, I'll get us going, right? It's on me. They're paying me X amount of dollars. Let me go do that. But you have to be able to do that and still have smart ABs. Mm-hmm. This road trip, I'm not even stressing, Stacey, honestly. I'm not stressing too much. What? I accept that they only scored a couple runs twice, once on Sunday, 2 times on Friday. 3 times on Saturday. But I look at who they have available, and I always give a little wiggle room for poor performances because they're going to happen. Sure. You're still first in your division. This can't continue to happen, but I'm not too worried right now.
Last week, we had a conversation. In fact, I think it was to open one of our shows about how the expectation isn't just that you get to the playoffs anymore. The expectation right now with this squad is that you get to and win a World Series. And so our bar just needs to be higher. If we were working by that previous one where the expectation is just to get to the postseason, I don't care at all. It's June. It is what it is. Your lineup isn't going to look like this, hopefully, knock on wood, when you get to the playoffs. Not only that, but you should be getting Cal Raleigh back here soon, who had, I think, 5, maybe 6 home runs in his rehab stint with Everett and then Tacoma. But the bar is higher. And it is frustrating that in a very weak, not just AL West, but American League, they can't just build. You know what I mean? And look, not everyone is missing. You still got Julio. You still have Naylor. I know he had to leave the game. I know Randy had that hamstring injury and missed a little bit of time. But I don't know. I'm bouncing back and forth between being frustrated and going, could be worse, which I don't like. But I want to be able to settle on, hey, they're doing what we expect them to do. With that comes frustrating games. Mm-hmm. The best team in baseball is still going to lose and still going to struggle, but I still want to see more. I will say this, though, as a little bit of a, not silver lining, but just kind of context. Bryant texts in and says, this season feels cursed, I can't lie. Now, sometimes when I think about injuries and when I think about just things not going well, I think that. However, this team is in a significantly better spot than other teams that had playoff hopes. Look at where the Red Sox are right now. Their odds of making the postseason are between like 8 and 12%. The Mariners are hovering around 80-something.
Yeah.
It could be worse, and that's not. It's not excuse making. It's just to say there's more in their control than we're giving them credit for. And on the one hand, that's what makes it frustrating. On the other hand, that can be a good thing if you take control.
You're a swimmer. You just got to win your heat at this point. Mm-hmm. So win your heat. It might be a weak heat right now. The heat is not looking good.
You know?
It's the Mariners, the A's, the Rangers, the Stros, and the Angels. And the heat is slow as heck. All you got to do right now is stay in front and win your heat. Then, some athletes, whether it be track or swimming, once they win their heat, then they're feeling good. They rise to the occasion, right? The competitions are playing. Like, this is the way of the Mariners. This is how we got to look at them. I know people want dominance, and I would love that. I love to be the Yankees 43-27 right now, sitting on top of the AL East, feeling great. I'd love to be Atlanta 46-25. But we know this team ain't made like that. It ain't built like that. And when your team isn't built like them and you still have pieces missing as well, you gotta be able to roll with the punches for a little bit, and which is hard for people to do. You live your Mariner journey in life the way that you want to live it. But at this point, we should know who this team is. This is a team, If the lineup ain't healthy, you're going to need some luck and some performances from guys you don't depend on. And if the arms ain't going, you really don't have a chance. So let's get healthy. We might have to make some adjustments when it comes to them arms, too. I think that's a conversation we're going to have. And let's just keep it rolling.
We're going to get back to this coming up throughout the show, but we'll talk about it a little bit with Brock, but most especially at noon. We'll talk about some of these injury updates, the latest on Cal Raleigh, the latest on Josh Naylor, the latest on Andres Munoz, and then figure out whether or not the injuries are a real impact or whether or not we're making excuses. So, again, that's coming up in about an hour and a half. Right now, let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, reality!
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump Stacy.
The New York Knicks are NBA champions after winning Game 5 94-90 over the San Antonio Spurs. What's the real headline?
You guys won't believe this, but a Nepo baby from New York is actually the underdog hero we needed.
Who's that?
Jalen Brunson.
He's a Nepo baby?
He's a Nepo baby.
Nah.
Yeah, his dad was a Nick who was
He's
in
not
front offices.
no Nepo baby, though.
He's a
You
Nepo
earn that.
baby.
He's a national champion at Villanova.
But he didn't not earn it, but I'm saying it
We
worked for the
hear
joke.
Nepo baby. I think of dudes who ain't earn it. He earned that.
He did earn it, but what I'm saying is he's still a Nepo baby. And from a massive city, the biggest city in the country. And yet but you know why you don't like it? Because he's earned it, because he's great, because he's still been doubted, because he's an underdog. And I'm just saying, think of the context. If I were to tell you without you knowing anything about him or the work that he was doing, and I was like, oh, his dad was part of a pretty successful, who had a heartbreaking end, but like a successful Knicks team. He's been in front offices. He's a little undersized, but they still gave him this massive contract people thought was a bit of an overpay a couple years ago. Also, they play for New York. You'd be like, but you're telling me that this other guy, like the Spurs, that I would ever root against the Spurs? Yeah.
This is what I think. I think maybe I took your joke too seriously.
You did.
And I just feel something for Jalen Brunson. So I don't like people talking about him like that. So I apologize. I get what you're saying. And yes, you are right.
I mean, look, Jalen I think what I liked about Jalen's series is now his final game, obviously, was absolutely unreal. But it's not like these were lights out, like, oh my God, this guy's running away with it. It inspired a conversation we're going to have later, which is like players who just find ways to win. Is that skill or is it luck? So we'll kind of table that part of the conversation because it's one we're going to get to a bit later with Brock. And it starts at 10:45. But oh my God, like they just found ways to get this done. And in the biggest moments, he, OG, everyone else really came up.
Him, OG. Cat had 2 dang points the other night, man.
But Jordan's lucky bag. You're overlooking some of what Cat's bringing to this.
Cat, 2 points, foul trouble early, but hey, whatever, he got it done. And he left us with a heck of a quote. I don't think you heard it. Commissioner was like, let's bring up the captain. He goes, aye, captain, aye. I'm like, dang, Cat. This can't stay away from that.
Did you see Jalen Brunson say, they were like, what do you want now? Like, what's your demand? And he said, I want to be on Law & Order SVU.
No, I didn't see that.
I loved his interview. He had a couple. Monica McNutt was one of them. He had another where he was getting really choked up, and I know that can be really, really tough as both an interviewee
Lisa
and an
Salters.
interviewer. Yes, Lisa Salters. But I actually thought it was great on both parts. I thought he did a great job trying to find the words, and I thought Lisa did a fantastic job in giving him time and not trying to fill the silence with awkward laughing, which is something I tend to do. I thought, wow, that's so much harder than people realize it is to just let the silence and the emotions sit there. So credit to her for that.
She's a G. She's OG.
She's a pro.
Headline rewrites.
The Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup after defeating Vegas Golden Knights 3-0 in Game 6 on Sunday. What's the real headline?
At least one team from the West won a championship.
I didn't realize it's been 20 years since they won. For some reason, it felt like It was recent.
You know why? Because 2006 doesn't seem like 20 years ago to
No,
you.
is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Dang.
Is if I said 2006, you'd say, no, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was wild. I'm no hockey expert, but I do watch the game and have friends who watch the game, and everything I hear about the Hurricane is that they're just relentless. I heard PK Subban say, look, man, just chalk up the first period because they're going to come out and outwork you. That is just the DNA and how they built this team. And for them to go on a run, I mean, it took them, only 19 games to win a Stanley Cup, the fastest the team has ever gotten there. They're just relentless. And you could see it. You could not know hockey and just watch them play and feel the energy that they play with.
Was there a little bit of... I didn't watch as much of the Stanley Cup Finals as I did the NBA Finals. And also, look, we were paying attention to the Mariners road trip and a lot of other stuff. But also, like, when I do tune in, while it's still really fun, we all know how incredible playoff hockey is. I'm a little green with envy still.
How?
Just being frustrated. Anytime the Knights are involved in anything like this, a deep playoff run, just anything big signings, I'm always like, God, the path Seattle could have had if things would have broken their way too.
Something tells me it's easier to get free agents to Vegas. You know what I mean? I'm sure that has something to do with it. And you got to tip your cap to management. They've done a good job.
Mm-hmm.
The young men that we have drafted here haven't hit. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm a bit envious.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, the U.S. men's national team beat Paraguay 4-1. What's the real headline?
We want Spain.
Oh, gosh.
We want Spain.
Calling your shot now.
Send them over.
Everyone say it with me. We want Spain. We want Spain.
We want Spain.
I want Australia on Friday. And
Done.
see what happens there. Australia,
Putting
low
up
key.
5 goals.
I hit up Ryan Roland Smith afterwards. US won. I go, gentlemen's bet. What's up? He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, come on, Ryan. He goes, the World Cup. He goes, yeah, what's up? And he hasn't responded back to me yet, so we'll see. But that was before Australia had played.
Yeah.
And then after they played, they look good, man. They probably have the goal of the World Cup so far with their young striker over there. No, this was fun. This is the best I've ever seen this team look. People are knocking them because it's against a nation with 7 million people. This is a nation that beat Brazil, that beat Argentina to qualify. Don't know if their teams were completely at full strength. Doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It's almost like the world doesn't want us to have this. Like, just let us have it. You guys don't expect us to win this World Cup. You didn't expect us to score 4 goals on these guys either. So now that we did it, just let us have this moment. The U.S. was hyped. I called my boy who went to the game. He said, Bump, 70,000 in SoFi. Dude, people are crying. It was emotional. Soccer might have just taken another step in our country off of that one game alone. My other homie called me and said, I was going to have my kid play American football, but he watched the World Cup. Now he wants to play soccer. Like, come on now. It's bigger than just that game.
Okay, for anyone who's not a massive soccer fan, here's what I'm going to task Bump with, because we're going to keep this conversation going with Tim Booth. I'm going to read you 5 teams, including the United States. You make the NFL team equivalent to who they are. So let's start with the United States.
The United States.
U.S.
They will probably
Just for anyone
have
who's like
to
maybe
be,
only an NFL fan.
They're like the
Chargers, Jags.
Nah.
Because they have some spark in them, but no one really expects them to
You know,
win.
you gotta give me a commercial break to do this. I want to do a reg.
Actually, let's do this. Let's do this at 10:45. So coming up next, so that gives you a whole 15 minutes. I might add on more than just 5 teams, though.
All right.
Okay, so Bump is going to help the NFL fans trying to get more into the World Cup by telling us which teams, kind of making NFL team comparisons so that you kind of get a feel for the landscape. Also helping you is Tim Booth, who joins us next.
The first-place Mariners return home from the longest road trip of the season. A little worse for the wear.
Some injury concerns.
Naylor fouls it off his foot.
Andres Munoz left. It sounds like it's back tightness.
Let's get home before anything else happens.
Get the very latest Mariners injury news at seattlesports.com. And listen as the M's return home to T-Mobile in the first of 3 against the Orioles tomorrow night. First pitch at 6:40 on the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
I had pain. I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Hey, it's G. Scott. Let's talk real for a sec. Summer is supposed to be about sunshine and kids having fun. But when the kids are home all day, that grocery bill, yeah, it grows fast. That's why I want you to know about Sunbucks and why our friends at Safeway are helping get the word out. If your family qualifies, you can receive $120 per child to spend on groceries this summer, food in your cart, and a little less pressure on that budget. And let me be clear about this. There's no catch, no judgment. This program is simply about making sure kids have enough to eat when school is out. Here's the important part. Many families are enrolled automatically, and a card may already be headed to your mailbox. But some families do need to apply depending on income and where you live. So take a couple minutes and check. Visit freesummermeals.org. That's freesummermeals.org. Safeway, looking out for your family this summer. Once again, that's freesummermeals.org.
It's the Diablo Performance Event at Par Lumber. Get 20% off all Diablo tool products, including saw blades, drill bits, and hole saws. Premium performance, unbeatable price. Now through June 20th at your local Par Lumber. Visit par.com for more details.
Olympic Hot Tubs mid-year clearance event is on. Score big savings on saltwater hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Hurry, our mid-year clearance and these incredible deals end June 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home and auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Spring is the perfect time to make improvements that protect and add value to your home. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. For decades, homeowners across the Pacific Northwest have trusted our team for roofing, siding, windows, and custom decking. This spring, save up to $3,000, or qualified homeowners can take advantage of 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate.
What does baseball and Klein Jewelers have in common? Diamonds, of course. Hi, Andy Klein here. Sure, we love baseball, but we love diamonds even more. Why? Because our diamonds sparkle and last longer than 9 innings. Every diamond is hand-selected for maximum brilliance, quality, and value. Klein Jewelers by the Fountain in downtown Edmonds also has a big selection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond and gemstone fashion jewelry, and one-of-a-kind custom designs. Swing for the fences and shine with Klein.
Are you a homeowner, 62 or older, and realize that your Social Security and other income may not carry you through your retirement years? Have you ever thought about a reverse mortgage? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at Tila Mortgage, a local company serving Washington residents for 30 years. And if you want to know how reverse mortgage works or have questions like, are reverse mortgages safe? Will I still own my home? Or do I really have the option of not making monthly mortgage payments? Call Tila for a no-pressure conversation. They'll answer your questions with personalized recommendations and loan options that can safely help you improve your monthly cash flow, increase your available income, pay off debt, or make home improvements. Call Tila today. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you could trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
This is Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Coming up in 15 minutes, is being a winner as a player skill or luck? And then Brock Eward's joining us to continue that conversation a little bit, but talking Seahawks, a little bit of Mariners. They had some good guests on this morning. So, again, that's coming your way in about 15 minutes. Right now, we're joined by Seattle Times' Tim Booth to talk the U.S. Men's National Team World Cup. Tim, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Stacey?
Fantastic. I'm going to start I have a couple places I want to start. I'll say this. I keep seeing people say this is the best U.S. men's team that maybe I've ever seen, but certainly in a while. What makes this one so much better than previous iterations?
Well, I think it's still to be determined if it's the best team. I think it's probably got the team with the most just pure talent on it of any U.S. team that we've seen, maybe with the exception of 2014. That was a pretty good team. But it's in terms of this generation of just pure talent on the roster, this is probably the best group that they've had. Now, it's been rare that we've seen the kind of performance like what they did on Friday night against Paraguay, where they, in the past the U.S. has been the kind of team that sort of like they'll absorb the pressure and they won't necessarily just take over and dominate the game, and that's what they did on Friday night. And you really got to see some of that talent that everyone's been talking about sort of come to the surface and truly take over a game against a team that you should beat and truly just beat them down in the process. And that's just been a very rare thing for the U.S. to do. So that's why I think there's been so much talk. There was so much talk leading into the tournament about that, and then obviously it's picked up a lot because of what they did the other night.
Tim, I love the way that Pulisic was used while he was out there. Hope he's able to play on Friday. I'm working him up the left side and really being able to penetrate a team that was content on just sitting back and trying to counter when we're talking about Paraguay. What did you see in the tactics that allowed the U.S. to keep that pressure up throughout the game? Well, I guess it was using the skill that they have in the attacking half of the field. You've got Pulisic, you've got Weston McKennie. Again, you've got, Ricardo Pepe off the bench. You've got, you have this group of really kind of elite offensive players that in some ways, outside of the crew that was Clint Dempsey and Landon Donovan, the U.S. just hasn't necessarily had very often. And so it was really just smart kind of, I guess, what Mauricio Pochettino did, and just like, hey, don't you go take the game to Paraguay. Like, as you said, Paraguay was going to sit back and just kind of absorb whatever pressure the U.S. put forth. And the U.S. decided, okay, if you're going to do that, we're going to attack you in a bunch of different ways. And you're right. Like, the way Pulisic sort of immediately kind of went down that left side and tried to make as many aggressive runs as he could with the ball. Obviously, it led to the goal early on, but just kind of establishing right away that was the way that the entire team was going to play, especially in that first half, I think is a true tone setter for what we should expect to see moving forward from them.
Now, you're already out at Seattle Stadium, a.k.a. Lumen, ahead of a couple games out there this week. We're going to start by asking – oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, we're going to start by asking about Friday, and then we'll ask you kind of about just how this World Cup compares to others that you've covered. But let's look ahead quickly to Friday. What should we know about Australia? What should we know about this match?
Australia surprised everybody by beating Turkey the other night. And I think that was a match where was probably the biggest threat to the U.S. in their group, but Australia really did a excellent job of sort of counterattacking and taking advantage of the opportunities that developed for them. They didn't have a whole ton of shots in that match or a whole ton of really dangerous chances, but the ones that they got, they finished, and they totally took advantage of it. So they're a good defensive team, and they have a couple of guys who are very fast that they can very easily counter against. So if you put too much pressure forward, they can hit a ball over the top and let someone run onto it, and all of a sudden they're in on your goal and are going to create an opportunity. So it'll be an interesting sort of tactical matchup because of how aggressive we saw the U.S. being in their first match, how they balance that with a team that showed in Australia in their first match that they have the ability to counterattack in that way. And then I think the atmosphere on Friday is going to be fantastic. Like just walking around Lumen, I'm still going to call it Lumen, walking around Lumen before today's match, like it's packed out there. And this is for Belgium and Egypt, and a match that doesn't necessarily draw the local interest that you would necessarily think. So to have a U.S. match against Australia, which is a fun fan base to be around, and have that here on Friday with all of the hype and the attention with both teams winning their opening match, I think Friday morning has a chance to be a really cool, special kind of environment around this stadium.
Hey, just trying to go back and kind of understand this team a bit more for the people who are watching. They've gone through a bunch of head coaches, right, over the past years, trying to figure out exactly the style of play that they want to play. And the U.S. style, in my opinion, hasn't been as creative as we saw it on Friday. And Mauricio, obviously, is a big part of that. I've heard that his style during a season, like an EPL season, will wear a team down, but during a 7-8 game stretch, could be something special. What is it about his style that creates these opportunities that we might see?
Well, it's the idea of pressing and attacking, and I can speak to how his style wears down a team over a season, because when I'm a Tottenham fan, and when he was at Tottenham, that's what happened. Like, he had a lot of really good, talented teams, but they had this tendency to sort of fade and struggle toward the end of the season because he demanded a certain style of them where, teams can sit back and they can absorb pressure and then they can counterattack off of that. And that's probably your best way to preserve energy and preserve stamina within a game. But his style is like, hey, we're going to get up, we're going to press on them, we're going to try and take the game to them. And to your point, Mike, like in a short span of a 6-7 game tournament and really be effective. But if you ask the team to do that over 30, 35 games in a season, it can really wear you down. So that's why it's kind of successful it was in that first match, was because it's in that short stint. It's in that short little burst of time of like, hey, this is the way we can go out and play, because we're not asking you to do it for 9 months. We're asking you to do it for what the end result ends up being from that.
How's covering this World Cup compared to others that you've covered or attended?
Well, the only other one I covered for an extended period of time was 2018 in Russia. So covering a World Cup in Russia versus covering a World Cup in the United States is a little bit different. But I guess part of it too is, the U.S. wasn't there in 2018. It was one of the biggest failures of U.S. soccer in the last, 30 plus years, was the fact that they failed to qualify for that World Cup. So it was, one, you're halfway around the world, and two, the country that you live in isn't participating. But I'm curious to see if the fan excitement that we've seen from these first 4 or 5 days of the tournament really continues to progress, and we see that for a month or 5 weeks, because coming into this tournament there was so much talk about all the other stuff, the prices, there's ongoing conflicts in the Middle East, there's concerns about visas and could fans actually come here, and then you kind of seen some very genuine, very sort of uplifting experiences for people who've come in to experience the tournament, like the Scotland fans and taking over Boston, essentially, or the German fan who road trips down to Houston and then has become an internet sensation because he stopped at Buc-ee's and got a hotel room from J.J. Watt. Like, those are the very cool experiences that come from a World Cup, and I'm hoping we see more and more of those as the tournament goes on.
And he will be sharing that information. Make sure you're reading at Seattle Times, seattletimes.com, the Seattle Times app, and by Tim Booth on x.com. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, guys.
Coming up next is being a winner, skill, or luck.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
It is hot outside, and this weather has me thinking about summer plans. Stacy here to add one more thing to the top of your list. Book a demo and check out the brand new all-electric wake boat from ARC. I got to ride in the brand new ARC Sport. It was a luxury EV, but on the water, obviously. Quiet, powerful, easy to operate, and super low maintenance. As soon as you see it coming, you know it's different because it doesn't make any noise. No loud engine, no gas fumes. You hop aboard and immediately feel like you're someone important. Luxury finishes, clean, tech throughout. Driving it is smooth. It has that impressive kick you expect from an EV. Charging it is really easy. And yes, I asked. They said they've never had an issue finding chargers. I needed to know. Not paying for gas is a huge plus. Book a free demo today and see it for yourself. You're going to come away impressed, I promise. They're doing demos in Lake Union, Lake Washington, and Lake Sammamish. Honestly, if I could drive one of these to work, I would. So schedule your demo at arcboats.com/demo. If you can't make it to them in Kirkland, they'll come pick you up.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
Saving energy simplified. Snohomish PUD's Rebate Center is your one-stop hub for cash back on energy-efficient upgrades, from heat pump water heaters to all-in-one washer-dryer combos. Whether you're planning a project or already made an upgrade in the last 90 days, the Rebate Center helps you check eligibility, submit receipts, and track your rebate status all in one place. Visit snowpud.com/rebates.
Whatever the heat index, stay cool this summer. Ask your Bryant dealer to maintain your current system or install an energy-efficient Evolution system. Learn more and schedule an appointment with a factory-authorized dealer today at BryantNorthwest.com. Whatever it takes.
Stacy here. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, and when they resell it, they share half their profit with you. That's right. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, Isuzu, and Auburn. They'll pay you today for your car, and once they resell it, they'll share half their profit with you. WayscarFord.com.
Under these arches, opposing teams are put to the test. Can they hear themselves over the boom of the 12s? Can they withstand the Seattle elements? Can they compete against us? Touchdown, Seahawks! This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Lumen Field and experience what this city lives for. Visit Seahawks.com today.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck.
So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
2 things we're going to do here before we run out Brock Heward at 11. Coming up in a couple minutes is being a winner, skill, or luck. I kept thinking about this when we were talking about Jalen Brunson and the Knicks getting it done in 5. Before we get to that, though, we wanted to continue the World Cup conversation for just a little bit. I wanted to ask you, Bump, not only, hey, make some NFL team comparisons. Who's the U.S. men's national team, but who are a couple of the big dogs and the underdogs here in the World Cup?
All right. So bear with me. I need to explain a couple of these.
Okay.
All right. So for the U.S., I said the Patriots. Not because I think they're going to the Super Bowl or anything like that, but I think they could be a team that can take advantage of their schedule. The Patriots took advantage of their schedule.
Last year's Patriots.
Yeah, they could go on a run. I don't expect them to go to the finals, but they could get to the quarters if they win this group, take advantage of the schedule, set themselves up. They could make a run. So look at them like that. Spain, the Chiefs. You just expect them to be there every single year. Spain, they have one of the best young players in the world. Yamal, watch him play. He's ridiculous. France is like Philly. France players, all their players are like African. You know what I mean? Philly went out and got players. They manufactured their team, right? Right. You came here, you come here. Let's put this whole thing together. England, I said, is like the Seahawks because they don't really have any stars. They got one guy that you can identify with, Harry Kane. Everyone else is like, oh, he's a good guy. He's a good player. He's a good player. I think that's the way people see the Hawks. All they have is JSN. When low key, you got all these other really good pieces. Argentina is like the Rams because Messi's old and that team is old too. And if Matthew Stafford goes down, that team ain't doing nothing. If Messi goes down, that team is doing nothing. And then Morocco. Morocco, I said, it's like the Seahawks as well just because they're well-rounded. Okay. There's no stars in Morocco, but they're well-rounded. Australia, like the Jags. You see what they're doing, but you're kind of not buying into it yet. They're missing a piece or two, but they're talented over there. The Ivory Coast are like the Chargers. Is that they're good enough to beat you, but you don't believe that they're going to really make a run at this whole thing. The last one, Paraguay, they're like the Steelers. Just defense. You see defense. Okay. That's all they want to do is play some really good defense.
That helps add context not only to the game that U.S. men's team just had, but also the match that they're going to have on Friday. Okay, so they just faced the Steelers, and now they're about to face – we didn't do Australia, but –
yeah, sure, the Jags.
Oh, the Jags.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about this schedule, which is why they're last year's Patriots.
Exactly. Take
advantage
of the schedule.
All coming together now. When we were talking about the Knicks, and frankly, I was hearing this conversation a ton when the Knicks won and then throughout the weekend, the idea being Jalen Brunson's just a winner. And that felt true, especially for a series in which the Spurs led for 70+% of it and still lost, had one win overall over the course of the series. But it had me thinking, a conversation to introduce to us and for listeners, is being a winner, like if someone's, Jalen Brunson, he's just a winner. Is that skill something inherent that player has? And if so, what is it? Or is it just luck? Do we just say that about guys who, you know what I mean? He's a winner. Yeah, I mean, they won. They literally won.
I mean, winners could be guys who carry the team, and winners could be guys that kind of will the team at the same time.
Oh, I like that.
Like OG, he's a winner. I mean, that tipping that he had to win, Game 4? Or was it Game 4?
Game 4.
Was ridiculous.
Miraculous.
Like, he had to put himself in that position.
Best moment of the series.
He had to get lucky because the ball had to bounce a certain way, but he still had to make that play. With Jalen Brunson, it's the willingness to put your team on your back and say, if we lose, it's because of me. If we win, it's because of me, but I'm gonna give y'all the glory, though. I'm still going to drop 40, but I'm going to say it's because of the team. I think being a winner is skill, but I think that throughout the course of any game, you're going to need some luck so you could become that winner or step into the realm of being called a winner. There were times where, you had Wembanyama miss a free throw. Mm-hmm. That helped you win that game. You had De'Aaron Fox make the dumbest decision I've seen since J.R. Smith.
That was tough.
That helped you.
That was tough.
That was bad. Poor decision making. That helped you win that game. You got the conditioning of Wemby. Wemby was gassed. He was gassed in that game. That helped you win the game. You had Castle on the bench at the end of the last game, and that helped you. So I think you got to have the mental toughness to be a winner. You have to match that with the skill and the not being afraid to put it all on you and take that last shot. But now you got to execute. But in any game, in any sport, there are things that heighten your probabilities of even having a chance to be called a winner because you take advantage of teams' mistakes.
Or is the opposite true? Are there some guys where no matter their talents, they just don't have a clutch gene, or they're just not a winner, or they just can't close it out?
You can say that about Lamar Jackson right now. All the talent in the world, my man has not been able to get over that hump. Josh Allen, all the talent in the world. You can also say, okay, you're going up against the Chiefs or whatnot. Last year, the Chiefs were not a factor last year. Yet Lamar, who I would consider the best running quarterback of all time, one of the most talented quarterbacks of all time, has not been able to do it. There's some bad luck on his side too. I mean, he didn't drop that ball at the goal line, and he didn't not catch the football. So yeah, it's such a complicated answer. I don't think there's one solid way to look at it.
I agree. I think what fascinates me about it is knowing if there's something outside of chance, something inherent to a player, that one player has something that another player does not. And what is that thing? That's what I'm fascinated by, right? Like, is being a winner, the 206 says it's a mindset. So is it just some guys are willing to lay it all out and others aren't?
It's not being afraid to fail. That's the biggest thing.
It feels mental.
It is.
Yeah,
you got to have the skill to match it, though.
Yeah.
But my kids and the kids I train, whenever they're not going full out, whenever a kid is not going all out, getting everything they have, or any athlete, it's because they're afraid to fail. They don't want to be the guy who misses the shot, who drops the football. And winners don't care. Winners are going to say, I'm going to take that shot every single time. If I miss it, I miss it. So what? That's what Bronson has. Bronson got that dog, that winner in him. So I'm glad he got it. I think Wemby does too. I just think he was young. And if the Knicks didn't win this year, they weren't going to win. It's a wrap. The Spurs and OKC are going to be going at it for a long time now.
Love this conversation. Let's keep it going, plus some Seahawks stuff with Brock Heward next.
Wyman and Bob, every afternoon at 2.
We're out there watching the Seahawks run around a bit. It's good seeing how they're practicing. And if you could get some videos from Mike's first year here to now, it's just a world of difference, the way that they're practicing. It's good to see that the edge is still there, that the winning of the title did nothing to soften the edges at all. If anything, he seems like a guy who would double down on the intensity.
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing love telling you no. No high-pressure sales pitches. No Band-Aid fixes that will fail come wintertime. No outrageous pricing from some corporate-owned roofing company with headquarters thousands of miles from here. 3 Tree Roofing is local, family-owned, and their team will build you a worry-free plan for your roof replacement, completely free. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate and call today to say yes to an additional $500 discount. That's 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Daryl's knee problems started years ago.
The initial injury happened back in my high school days. It was more of a nerve damage that was done in the knee.
And eventually it led to surgery.
They had the knee replacement done on the right knee. The orthopedic surgeon I worked with obviously was ready to do the work on the left knee, and I just didn't feel good about it.
Instead of another replacement, he chose stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. How's your pain now?
On a bad day, 1 or 2.
So you went from an 8 to a 1 or a 2?
It's been great. I can't say the same for the other knee. We're still having challenges.
And when people ask you about surgery?
What I always tell them is that you should first talk to Dr. Wagner. You should look at stem cell as an option before you do the surgery. Because once you do the surgery, the stem cell isn't going to help you. And if he says he can help you, believe him.
Before you choose surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first, the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you. Guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. And once again, we have 2 convenient locations to purchase your doors from. Our main showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline, and our Marysville store with warehouses full of factory seconds and closeouts. Whether you would like something brand new or have a little more time than money and wouldn't mind putting a little work into a factory second, we may just have what you're looking for. For all of your door needs, please visit us on 15th Avenue Northeast in Shoreline or on Cedar Avenue in Marysville and online at franklumber.com.
A rising blast, left field, grand slam, Rosarena!
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But for a truly elevated experience, you've got to be in a Mariner Suite. A suite is the perfect spot to get your game and celebration on. Birthday, promotion, engagement, company team building that actually team builds. No matter your event, we've got a suite you'll love. Group suites can fit 30 to 400 people for big-time bashes. And private suites offer just that, an upscale experience for more intimate gatherings. All Mariner Suites offer an incredible view of the ballpark, so you can't go wrong. Plus, you and your guests will enjoy premium catering, VIP parking, private Skybridge entry, and more. And season ticket members get 15% off. Reserve your suite today at mariners.com/suites.
Bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes, the Mariners have the lead.
Mariners baseball, Trident's up.
This Father's Day, put the focus on Dad's happy place, his garage. Shop more ways to organize, more ways to build, and more ways to spend time together. With low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him a rolling toolbox or a wall-mounted organizer to keep it all in place. Or save on power tools like the Ryobi 2-tool driver drill combo kit for just $99. Make Father's Day about building something together with a little help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If Venus is rising, we crush Q4.
You built our revenue forecast off horoscopes?
Yeah, the Zodiac never lies.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
A weekend of championships. Congratulations to the New York Knicks and Carolina Hurricanes. The Knicks defeated the Spurs in Game 5, once again overcoming a deficit to win their first NBA title in 53 years. The Hurricanes beat the Golden Knights in Game 6 to win their first Stanley Cup since 2006. More winning from the weekend. The U.S. men's national team defeated Paraguay 4-1. Next up, they're taking on Australia Friday here in Seattle.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. One half of Brock and Soft. Brock Hewer joining us right now. And Brock, Bump and I do want to ask you about the Seahawks, talk a little bit of Mariners. We know you had Daniel Kramer on earlier today. But first, I wanted to very briefly continue a conversation Bump and I were having. We were talking about the Knicks, and everyone's saying, Jalen Brunson, he's just a winner. And I asked Bump, all right, is being a winner a real skill, like a thing that a player has, or is it just luck of the draw? What do you think?
In my life experience, having been around some quote-unquote real winners, there is a mental fortitude and a mental belief and confidence that is different. It's just different. And I think the greatest example of that was not even somebody I was around, but my older brother was. And whenever I'm out with Damon, we're fishing or we're golfing, and someone's like, tell me about Tom Brady. Tell me about the guy that beat you out when you were supposed to be the backup, and he beat you out and then took over when Drew had a blood vessel pop from his lung. Like, give me a Tom Brady story. Damon always says the same one, and it was before the first Super Bowl against the greatest show on turf. The day before the game, Drew and Damon are underneath the goalpost. Like, how are we even here? Look at this band of misfits. This was not the most talented team that either of them had ever been with, either in Miami with Damon or on Bledsoe's Super Bowl team earlier. It was honestly a lot of veterans and cast-offs and misfits. And there's Tom Brady like, dude, we're going to win. And literally before kickoff of that game, in the locker room, Tom turns to Drew and Damon and says, can you believe it? In 3.5 hours, we're going to lift the Lombardi and be world champions. And Drew and Damon just kind of looked at each other and shook their head like, of course we are, because he just totally believes it. And the greatest winner in NFL history, that's where it started. Not with his athleticism, not with his body, not with his even arm, which was plus, but it wasn't the greatest arm ever. It was a mental belief that in a winning attitude, and it started right there in his mind that he was going to win and he was going to be the best.
Brock, you know who I think of winners is Lofa Tatupu, man. I spend a lot of time with Lofa. And as you know, he's undersized, not the biggest linebacker, not the fastest linebacker. We're super smart. But anything we do, his mental is we're going to win. We're in a dart league, we're going to win. We're in a golf tournament, we're going to win. In bowling, we're going to win. And his mind just works differently. So I agree with you 100% when it comes to that. Do you see that and feel that when you talk to Sam Darnold?
Way more now than 5 years ago or 10 years ago, or, when I covered him at USC, where he was a great story, and been around him even in the NFL, like way more now. I don't think that was just an innate, I'm born with it. So then there's the next branch of this conversation is a nature nurture, right? Is this something that Tom Brady was born with, Lofa Tatupu was born with? Or was it something that, whether they were underdogs or overachievers or had to maximize everything in them? There's probably another great debate of the nature and nurture of some of that. And for Sam, he would fall in the nurture, that he had to go through it. He had to wear it. He had all these scars, and where some of these scars would have just killed others, they fortified him and built even more of that belief that, yeah, I got this, and we're going to win, and I can do this. And he's talked about that. He's talked about it in his own game, and being a young guy that didn't have that. But certainly over a decade in the league, and now with a Super Bowl ring, you feel way, way more of it oozing from him.
I'm glad that Bump asked you about Sam, because when you were talking about it being kind of a mental fortitude and an unrivaled confidence and a mental aspect, I kept thinking of Seahawks, and I was just thinking, like, do the Seahawks have a winner? Yeah, I'm going through a long list, including Mike McDonald, just people that I think kind of check that off. Can you have that in baseball? Like, does that exist in the same way in baseball or for the Mariners?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak quite as maybe. I don't know if it's opinionated a voice, because I've not been in major league clubhouses as much, or as a player, and knowing that is such a sport of failure and overcoming that failure, and having, I think, more in that sport, covering it and watching this for all the years, I think it's more of like that goldfish mentality. And I've certainly played with football players like that. Like they get beat and they're like, I didn't get beat. Like, dude, you just got beat. Like, I don't even remember that play. Like, next play. Like, I think that's also another branch of sports psychology that, there's a winning mental, attitude and that mindset. And then there's also truly that, like, ignorance is bliss, and I don't even care what happened, good or bad. Like, next play. And I think that you have to have that in baseball and have it in spades.
What were we able to see when it comes to this this Fleury offense? I know you were out there. Was that Friday? I think you were out there. Is it you seen some similarities, and what stands out to you when it comes to it being a bit different?
Yeah, Bump. So Wednesday was a walkthrough, and then Thursday, when you guys were in there, just working your tails off. I walked back by you guys on my way to the practice field, basking in the sunshine, the bald eagles, Lake Washington. And they got after it on Thursday. I mean, there was no difference between that and a training camp practice. Like, when you're out there at training camp and they're just in helmets, that's what it felt like and looked like. And hyper competitive, tremendous intensity, good on good, red zone, 2-minute situations. It was awesome. It totally was exactly the capper I needed to the off season to kind of fuel the conversations before training camp in 5 or 6 weeks. Yeah, very similar. And actually, Hasselbeck and I, after practice, got a chance to meet Fleury. I had not met him yet in person. Matt was out there as well and was just kind of asking some X's and O's and fun stuff. And when you're the new guy in a place that has basically everybody else, right? The rest of the supporting cast is there, run game coordinator, pass game coordinator, O-line coach, and you're kind of the new voice in that. There's two choices you have, and one choice is we're going to do it in the language that I know, and everybody's going to learn it, or it is, well, I'm going to learn what everybody else knows. And it sure sounds like Fleury's doing the latter, which makes way more sense to me. Like, okay, some of the things and some of the ways that you guys called it, I'll learn it. And then there's a few tweaks, like formations, and a few little things that everybody's got to learn, players and coaches. But by and large, man, you just felt a personality and just kind of a persona of assimilation. Like, I'm going to assimilate to you guys. I'm going to be one of you guys. I'm not going to be one of these arrogant, pompous, I know everything, and bumping. We've been around those types in our lives, especially offensive play callers that think they're smarter than everybody else and they're going to let you know it. And he carries 0.0 of that, probably a major reason why McDonald hired him.
I wanted to keep our eyes on the offense here. How can the Seahawks and Fleury get more out of Rashid Shaheed and all of his speed and all of his talent?
Yeah, I think maybe the biggest piece to that, and I was chatting with a few Seahawks folks about this, I think the biggest piece, and it's been written about and talked about, Stacey, but the biggest piece in that development is Cooper Kupp. And it's not just like Cooper Kupp on the field with him, it's Cooper Kupp off the field with him. That when you talk to JSN, as we've all gotten a chance to do, JSN will tell you what Cooper Kupp meant to him as a pro. And JSN was already a pro. He already came out of a factory at Ohio State that produces top-notch players. But even he could learn some things sitting under the wide receiver master in Cooper Kupp. And now Rashid gets this whole offseason. I love that he was at everything, totally available, totally a sponge. And he didn't sign a big contract and eat the big slice. He signed that contract and is like, all right, now let me go earn it. And Cooper, teach me everything you know. So I think that's going to be, Stacey, a major, major piece in it. And then just comfort level, with Sam, instead of jumping halfway into the season, just like JSN and Sam went to work last offseason, they've done the same. I mean, he looks good out there, and it doesn't look like he's the newer piece. It looks like he's been there from the beginning exactly the way you want it.
We talked a lot about the offense, but this defense is really what carried this team for the majority of the season. Are there any young guys on the defensive side of the ball that kind of stood out to you when you're out there?
It's going to be hard, right? Bud Clark is obviously the one that's probably been written about the most, coming out of rookie minicamp. And we've seen this before. Like, oh, man, I remember my rookie minicamp, like, calling home, like, yeah. I mean, it's good, but it wasn't that much of an adjustment from college. And then the vet showed up, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so this – oh, yeah. Okay, different game, different speed, different windows. Like, holy crap, this is really, really hard and fast. And I think, these rookies have kind of felt that with the defending world champions and the veterans and all of it. I think there was some early buzz. I certainly had heard some about Bo Stevens, and then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, these guys are really good. And Julian, the corner as well, like, oh, yeah, I better be quiet. Like, this is a different league and level. But it'll be the intriguing one, I think, to me, Bump, simply because of the way this defense loves to evolve with positionless players, his ball skills that you've talked about, some of the videos you've done about it. Either you've got those or you don't. In my life experience as a DB, like you feel, you sense, and then when it's there, you actually can catch it and not just knock it down. So he'd be probably the one in the whole rookie class with Jadarian that's going to have opportunities in the preseason. And when you carry over ball hawking skills to this defense, and you're rather positionless in how you can be used, I'd be surprised if we don't call his name and play a highlight or two of his over the course of the year.
What's the most interesting conversation you had so far with anyone in that organization about this team this year?
Well, a cool one was Hard Knocks, which I think when it first came out was, oh gosh, I don't really. John Schneider on the Wyman Pod show, like, you could feel his lack of enthusiasm for that. Like, oh, man. But I think as time's evolved, and even on Thursday at that practice I'm referencing, there were a gazillion cameras out there capturing all the B-roll. They were there Wednesday for the walkthrough, but the actual competition, I didn't see guys necessarily mic'd up, but there were cameras everywhere. And I think that that's going to be the cool thing. And then talking to some of the players and coaches, like, instead of it being a negative, maybe the first blush was like, I don't want everybody to see our proprietary information. Then on the follow-ups, like, no, we do get to show that we're different. We don't have to dog cuss and demean guys like you see on so many of these Hard Knocks that, I try to watch in years past with Titus, and Molly's like cringing at every unique way to say the F word, and like, oh gosh, do we really have to do it this way? You don't, and they don't. And I think they're kind of, as they become used to it and those cameras begin to disappear, right? You don't even notice them after a while. I think it'll be pretty cool to hear their message out there for everyone.
Wanted to switch gears and talk Mariners for the last couple minutes that we have you, Brock. Earlier, you had Daniel Kramer on. We're going to play the sound a bit later in the show, but there was a really interesting point when you asked him, hey, to what extent have these injuries kind of factored in? And Daniel said, yeah, certainly in this road trip, but that's not been the entire story of the Mariners season. It's been so up and down, and they still have, I think, 80+% odds to get to the playoffs, to win their division. But I don't feel quite as confident about this team as I'd love to in June. So what are you paying attention to? And then what are you kind of going, we'll wait and see on this?
Well, the injuries are the obvious one, and every one of those are built a little different, and you hate to just throw an umbrella over all of it. But when you've got this many with arm and soft tissue and rotation, you're just like, what is, what's going on here? What can we do about this? This NFL team we just got done talking about spends an ungodly amount of time and money and resources to try to help their guys in every way post, whether that's sleep, whether that's nutrition, whether that's rest, whether it's, taking practice off, whatever it is, right? And they measure all of that and do all they can. And I know the Mariners do the same. It's just different when you have to play a game every single day, and they just got done with 10 in 10 days. So that's probably the first thing is like, hey, let's make sure There's not something in the machine here that's messing some of this stuff up, especially with the soft tissue injury. So that's kind of number one. And then number two, like, it's been, and it feels underwhelming because you need your best player, and Cal Raleigh's your best player. Like, you need him to be that dude. Like, my dad would always say to us, hey man, your biggest players need to play at their best in the biggest moments. And we're not to playoffs yet, and we're not to any of that. But, like, this is a pretty big moment. Like, Cal, you're coming back. This team needs you. They're on fumes. They're beat up. They're injured. Been underwhelming. You're a game over 500. And, frankly, your first month and a half. And let's hope it was because of a nagging injury that you just played through. But, yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that. I expect that to happen tomorrow, that he'll be activated. And when you just are that level and you got that talent and you're that leader, to me, that settles everything and everybody down, especially when they're producing, and I can't wait to see Cal get back at it.
Before we get you out of here, Brock is my dog, right? I call him. He'll be at his son's baseball games, basketball games. He'll answer the phone or text me and say, Bump, I'll text you back. So my feelings were hurt when I thought he didn't follow me on X, okay? All right, and it turns out my thing was on private this whole time, and Brock was in, like, the waiting room. So I was going to say, my bad, Brock. You know what I'm saying? My feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt. So that's my dog. That's my UW dog.
I caught wind of that, and I was really close to coming on this segment like Richard Sherman did with Salk some years ago and saying, you know what, I'll talk to you, Stacy and Brady, but I'm not talking about, okay? But I didn't. I didn't want to do that. You and I have handled this off the air. I appreciate you bringing it to light on the air.
Yeah, I'm glad we've settled this. It's no longer a story in the clubhouse.
That's right.
We've managed to put it behind us. It's behind us.
Totally behind us.
And we're moving forward now. He is Brock Heward, kind enough to join us. Thanks, Brock.
Thanks, Brock.
Always a blast. See ya.
Let's get to 4 Down territory.
This is 4 Down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
What's a great example of a bounce-back story?
This is why I love the spring leagues, man. This is what the spring leagues are for. Well, there's one now. It used to be 2. 3 at some point. The AFF folded in like 4 weeks. But Hakeem Butler was drafted by the Cardinals in 2019 in the 4th round. He played for the Panthers, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Eagles. He was just signed by the Broncos out of the UFL. Is that what it's called? USFL? UFL. Out of the UFL. He had 29 catches for 641 yards. That's 22 yards per catch. This is why you have those leagues. A guy who was drafted by the Cardinals, couldn't figure it out, goes to the spring league. He's been around for 6 or 7 years now, finds himself back in the NFL. This is why I love this league. That's why it's necessary. So from what I've heard is that the attendance has been down a little bit in this league, but the viewership on TV has been up. So listen, keep this thing rolling. I hope the funding is on point. I hope there's some benefit there financially to keep this thing going. But this is why we have those type of leagues.
Love those stories too. 2nd down. What's being labeled as a competition, but you think is already decided?
Who's going to be the Browns quarterback?
Oh, it's Deshaun.
Deshaun Watson, man. Stop writing stories about Shedeur Sanders. Oh, he's doing so great. He really understands the offense. He's taking a step forward. This is all bullcorn. You know dang well who's going to be your starting quarterback over there. And if I were you, I'd probably do it too because he's invested so much money into this guy. I love hearing that Shedeur has command, that he's maturing. That's something that we always want to see. But end of the day, you've guaranteed over $200 million to a guy you've hardly seen play. So every time I read an article about the competition over there in Cleveland, I kind of laugh a little bit. Y'all would be crazy not to start Deshaun Watson. I don't care if he broke his right hand and had to throw his left. You're going to start him because of the money you put in there. But it's good that Shedeur is taking step forwards because eventually he'll either have an opportunity here or somewhere else. I just laugh every time I read these articles about the Browns.
I think the thing that I never get about the Shedeur conversation is now I thought that people were being a little harsh on him in the draft, and he fell further than I thought he deserved to fall. But he's also not like a clear-cut QB1 right now in his development and with where he is. And so I don't quite get the pushback on conspiracy theories as to like the Browns are holding him back or, you know, like people don't want him to succeed. And now Shedeur has some haters, but like if he looked like a first-team All-Pro last year, he would have been the starter. He didn't. It's okay.
Yeah,
But, like, I don't
it's all
get the
good.
conspiracy theories.
No.
It's not for me. Third down. We talked about winners and winning mindsets. So who are the winners on this Hawks team?
Everybody's a winner on this team. Let me say that first and foremost. Some people get more opportunities to show that they are winners. And I think about the clutch catch that Cooper Kupp had on that drive. It was 3rd and something on Thursday Night Football on the sideline closest to the press box, right? Tiptoe, boom, got in there. I think of Eric Saubert, who maybe had 5 catches a whole year, not messing that up. I'm telling you, when you're wide open like that, you have a lot of time to think about dropping that football. I think about Kicker Love, Myers, right? You're lined up.
Good for you.
6 for 6 in the Super Bowl. So I think everyone's a winner, but people have these winner moments. I think of DeMarcus Lawrence scooping and scoring twice against the Arizona Cardinals. I think of Nick Imawari, his interceptions against Atlanta. I think of Ernest Jones all year, at one point leading the league when it came to interceptions with 5. Everyone on this team is a winner, or they wouldn't be on this team. Just some people have more opportunities to show them in these big moments. And I think that conversation means a lot, because if you don't have a team full of winners, you ain't gonna win. Simple as that. And you could see it in the way they conduct themselves in public and private, and the way they practice. And I think that that's something that I always see when it comes to the Seahawks, is that in public they're on point. When no one's looking, I think they're on point. And obviously at practice, man, they're running around, just talk to Brock, having a great time making plays.
They seem to have a lot of confidence, not just in themselves. Like, most players have confidence. You've gotten to this level because you've been good everywhere you've gone. But also confidence in, like, their program and in their team, right? Like, there just seems to be a self-assuredness that this team has. And when I think of winners, I think maybe that's why also I was thinking of so many Seahawks, because I was like, think of everyone we talked to during the huddle where they were like, no, yeah, we're good.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. 4th down. Anything stand out from our conversation with Brock?
I like the nature versus nurture when it comes to being a winner.
Yeah.
Because Sam, I believe he was a winner through high school, through college, and the Jets made him a loser. Right? That loser mentality, that loser environment. And not to say that he thought of himself as a loser, but it just weighs heavy on you.
Look,
and
it's the Jets, guys.
Yeah, it's the Jets.
It's not bump hating on Sam.
No. It's the Jets. I think the Jets put him in a dark place. And he went, he talked to people, right, psychiatrists and whatnot, and got himself around the right people, and they nurtured him into being a winner. And then there are some people who just hit the block running, and they are just winners. We heard Brock talk about Tom Brady. But I think that on Saturday I was a winner, Stacey.
Oh?
Because I had this putt about 8.
You guys can't hear me roll my eyes, but I wish that you could.
8-foot putt. I go, I need this to break 80. I need this to break 80. Only a winner is going to sink this putt. A little right to left action, a little downhill. You know, if you ever played on Snohomish, number 18, and a little right to left action, sunk that thing right in the heart of the cup.
Right.
That's what winners do.
Right.
And I won that day.
Right.
And it was not nurture. It was nature.
Speaking of nature and nurture, I don't think that Lukey is naturally super brave, but I'm nurturing him to become braver. He, just so everyone knows, he had a winning moment this weekend, too. He walked out.
He had a winning
moment this weekend, in addition to Bump and the Hurricanes and the Knicks. He stepped out into the lake the other day. Yeah, he's been afraid of water for about, since I've gotten him. And so we've now overcome that.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, okay, so then the problem is that he waded out a little too deep and there was a ledge and he fell and now he's afraid again. But we overcame it once. Because you know what I mean? It's like baseball. Like Brock said, it's about failure over and over and over. Goldfish memory for Lukey.
Let's go, Lukey.
Yeah. So he's going to get back out there. But yeah, so we experienced stepping in the water for the first time. It was a big deal.
Got a kid.
Very proud of him.
Cold water, too.
Yeah, cold water. You're listening to Bump and Stacy on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app. Taking a look around the timeline next.
The first place Mariners return home from the longest road trip of the season. A little worse for the wear.
Some injury concerns.
Naylor fouls it off his foot.
Andres Munoz left. It sounds like it's back tightness.
Let's get home before anything else happens.
Get the very latest Mariners injury news at seattlesports.com. And listen as the M's return home to T-Mobile in the first of 3 against the Orioles tomorrow night. First pitch at 6:40 on the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Spring is the perfect time to make improvements that protect and add value to your home. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. For decades, homeowners across the Pacific Northwest have trusted our team for roofing, siding, windows, and custom decking. This spring, save up to $3,000, or qualified homeowners can take advantage of 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate.
Longer days, warmer weather, and a stronger you all start at Top Fitness. Hey, Brock Hewitt here, and right now, check out the Top Fitness Big Sale in all 3 of their stores. Every category is on sale. Home gyms, weight plates, dumbbells, treadmills, and stair climbers like I've got. Great deals on display models, too. Have a home gym that needs some help? Get your rubber flooring and all the accessories you need. Get into Top Fitness with locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Olympic Hot Tubs mid-year clearance event is on. Score big savings on saltwater hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Hurry, our mid-year clearance and these incredible deals end June 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Get ready for soccer's biggest stage. Join Dick's Sporting Goods for a pep rally at Northgate Mall June 19th, featuring a live DJ, activities, and more. Bring the energy and rep the red, white, and blue before kickoff. Dick's Sporting Goods at Northgate Mall, 9 a.m. to noon.
You're losing your hair, and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all 3 like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Dave Wyman here, and you've heard me talk about a local company for over a year now I really love working with. Harley Exteriors. You can expect a no-pressure consultation. They're great people to work with, and their windows are beautiful. I recently met with them, and I was excited to hear about the many Seattle sports listeners they've worked with. And now, Harley Exteriors has stepped up with a can't-miss offer. Right now, get $450 off each new window, $1,000 off each patio or entry door, 12-month or 18-month no-interest, no-payment options, plus $200 off your final project total. If that isn't enough to get you started on a new project, I don't know what is. Schedule a consultation just like I did. Give them a call at 8-333-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to HarleyExteriors.com.
Minimum purchase of 4 windows required for window discount. Qualifying windows must be 36 by 36 or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to credit approval. Cannot be combined with other offers outside this promotion. Offer valid through June 30th.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Dave Wyman here, brand new member of Harborstone Credit Union, and I got my PNW Cashback checking account for free. No fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. Gas, groceries, coffee, travel, lunch, all categories count toward your cashback. Open your free account online like I did. Go to harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 29 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Thinking about investing in home upgrades? Worry less and save more with Snohomish PUD's network of trade allies. These are trusted local contractors who can install heat pumps, insulation, new windows, and more. And when you work with a PUD trade ally, you can unlock instant rebates. This means lower upfront costs, lower energy bills, and work done by vetted pros. Find a PUD trade ally at snowpud.com/rebates.
Hi, how can I help?
Well, my husband and I feel like we've outgrown our current money manager.
I see.
Our lives have changed, and we need something more than just mutual funds to help us in retirement.
She's right.
I hear that often. At Fisher Investments, we'd start by getting to know you, your finances, family, health, lifestyle. We tailor a portfolio around your goals and needs.
Sounds good.
Can you help with estate planning? Yes. We have a team of specialists who can help you with estate planning, Social Security, investment income, and more. We'll get to know your whole financial picture and help keep you on the path to a comfortable retirement.
And your fees?
We have a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
I feel better already.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
It is The Timeline on Bump and Stacy. I want to first point to something that came across my own timeline. This was a poll from the Dan Patrick Show this morning. It said, most shocking headline from this year with 3 choices. Knicks win NBA title, Indiana wins college football playoff, or Sam Darnold wins Super Bowl. Now, first, what would you choose?
Well, my original pick, which was wrong.
Was that wrong?
It was wrong. Well, according to the poll, it was wrong. Was Sam Darnold. I thought no one believed in Sam Darnold. I thought maybe Indiana, but I thought because they had a successful run in the college football playoff the year prior that it wouldn't be a thing, but we'll see.
I think given their turnaround and how successful it was, Indiana is the runaway favorite in this one with 70% of the vote. But I thought it was a cool way to kick off the timeline, not only because there's a Seahawks tie-in with Sam Darnold being one of the choices, but just because it allows us to kind of step back and look at some of the storylines we've seen this year so far over the last couple championships. I mean, Indiana against Miami in the college football playoff. You have the Knicks against the Spurs in the finals, and Sam Darnold now against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. But Sam Darnold winning a Super Bowl, I just think it's been kind of a cool year for sports.
Yes, it's been great. There's been variety. I mean, you look at the NBA, 8 consecutive years of a different champion. Like that is what every commissioner dreams of. I think you like your dynasties, right? It was fun watching Golden State do their thing, Miami, the Spurs, the Lakers, Pistons, and all that stuff. Celtics, no, they didn't have a dynasty. But when you could start every year and at the end of the year have a team that you didn't expect to be in the finals, be in the finals, that's what you want. So I like that.
Yeah, I think it's cool seeing fresh blood, but it's also cool just seeing something different. And maybe I'm being biased because the Seahawks were one of those teams that were in there, and because some of the teams that are always in there, like Boston, like I hate every team from Boston. Like it's just kind of, if you're not from Boston, you hate every team from Boston because they've won for a very long time. But yeah, it's been really cool. So is there a team that's been on the bad end of that? Like a team that has been appearing in championships more often than not and has lost them over the past 10 years? The closest I could think of was maybe the 49ers getting so close a couple times, either in the NFC Championship or in the Super Bowl and losing.
It's probably just the Niners.
What about NBA?
I think hockey, the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, they have the best player in the world on their team. I think they got there once or twice. NBA.
So, it wouldn't be the Celtics, would it?
No, they got one last year, right?
Pacers.
Oh, year before.
Yeah.
Pacers been there once.
Yeah, but not really like regularly.
That's the thing about the NBA. It's been random as heck.
Yeah,
it's been random. Cool, the Timberwolves were in the conference championship one year. Suns were in the finals. Considering
how much that league struggles with tanking, you would think that there would be less parity.
Yeah.
But very cool. All right. Moving on, we've been talking quite a bit about Brennan Sorsby and the betting scandal that's engulfed college football and specifically Texas Tech. Now, last week we read you a bunch of what Texas Tech's administrators had to say, but today, headlining the timeline, is what a very famous college football coach has to say. Deion Sanders said in an interview with the Athletic Press, quote, "Somebody's gambling on a sport they're playing. You don't think there's something wrong with that?" Which is a great quote. He said, quote, "Just say that to yourself. This guy on my team is gambling on the sport in the competition that we're about to go out there and have. Something's wrong with that." I mean, that's a major voice in college football. denouncing this.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be like an epiphany, like, oh my God, Deion Sanders said it. It must be true. Like, no, there's clearly something wrong with gambling on a sport that you play, that you're actively participating in. And it's going to take voices like Deion and Nick Saban and Dabo, all the big boys in this sport to just apply pressure. That's all you got to do. The Big 12 right now, I don't know if you have this in the timeline. No. Oh, yeah, you do have it. Yeah,
you want to get to it now?
Yeah,
okay, let's just jump to that one so you could talk about it. So the Big 12 is filing suit against Texas Tech. Texas's AG over this Brandon Sorsby situation. So again, this ongoing saga that's happening. The latest is on ESPN. Let me see if there's anything I want to throw your way before. I mean, yeah, just filing a lawsuit. Includes a request for an injunction to allow the league to enforce its own rules. Is what this is for.
This is what it takes. And I think it's not – you can look at this and say, oh, well, these guys are just scared to play Texas Tech because of Sorsby. No, I think it's making sure that this isn't a norm, right? You can't have this go down and this kid clearly violate rules and have no consequences. How is that going to deter any other player, any other star getting these NIL deals from doing it? They're just going to think they're invincible now. So – it's deeper than just this one case. It's about making sure that for years to come, this doesn't happen because young men and women are going to gamble on games that they're playing in.
Yes.
It's not gonna stop. You're just trying to limit the activity when it comes to that. So it's important that you try to get it right the first time.
And now maybe you're someone who says, well, this is inevitable with the way that college football is going, with the way that sports betting and gambling is kind of being integrated, not just obviously into the pros, but into collegiate sports. And I can understand that argument, but I also would say, well, this is how you kick that into high gear. Right? This is not how you start to divert that, and this is not how you start to find ways to navigate that responsibly. This right here is how you allow to Bump's point, how you allow other people to do it. And maybe a Texas Tech booster thinks that everyone's afraid to face Sorsby, but they wouldn't have any standing for these lawsuits if it wasn't clearly wrong.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Just sue someone for being good?
Yeah.
No, this is going back to Deion. You're running out there on a field. I want to know how his teammates feel about it. I don't think they care as much as fans of non-Texas Tech. But
his teammates are like, boy, you crazy.
Right.
What you doing?
And it was under your own name. And family members. But,
how smart is that?
You didn't cover your
You're supposed to be the quarterback.
What's
supposed
going
to be smart.
on?
Come on, man.
Let's jump to baseball. Jacob Mizorowski is the best pitcher in baseball. He is doing absolutely filthy things. I don't know if there was so much going on, again, kind of a championship weekend, but I don't know if anyone saw his 15 strikeout game, shutout game against the Phillies. What was it, one hit or a one-hitter, right? Two? I don't know.
I thought it was a
Ks.
two-hitter.
Two-hitter? Okay, two-hitter, 15 Ks, which is just atrocious.
Crazy.
Absolutely
It was a
atrocious.
One hit shutout, 15
Thank you.
Ks. Yeah.
ESPN has this really cool feature, just kind of putting it all into context, how historic not just that single game is, but just his season has been. I saw this really cool thing as part of that and on Twitter that was like the 20 fastest pitches thrown this year, and it's just Jacob Mizorowski's face. It's insane.
1.34 ERA, set down 131 batters. That's best in the game right now. He's if you're not a real baseball fan, you could miss this. And it's crazy how you could miss this.
Yes.
You know why? He's in Milwaukee, smaller market, on some Giannis stuff. But if you love the game, I've been hearing about this dude for a few months now. And I had to check in because, I don't follow the Brewers like that. So checked in on him, and his stuff is legit.
He painted the corner at 104.
That's nuts, man.
That's just unheard of.
We've heard players talk about facing Mason Miller and saying, as fast as you think it looks on TV, it feels faster. When you're facing it, you just don't know. I guess swing and see what happens, but you're not actually approaching that the way that you would an AB against someone who's not throwing
guessing.
heat. You're guessing.
You're guessing.
Truly you can't hit that. What do you do against 104 outside corner of the plate at 104?
The other big difference is with Mason Miller, you might only have to face him once. You might only be three guys on your lineup facing. If it's Mizorowski and you do a Maddox, everyone faced him 3 times, and you're getting carved.
And you're not
3 times.
He's so good.
a fastball is just 104. It's like your slider's what, 97?
It's some of the best pitching that we've seen, and I think on the one hand we all just need to really enjoy what we're seeing. On the other, I have a hater comment that I want to make because we're in a safe place where there's not a lot of Brewers fans listening. Can I just make this comment? It has nothing to do with anything. It's not a sports opinion. I don't like that he looks 12. And something about that, I don't like feeling like a 12-year-old.
He looks too young for you?
Like that. No. What I'm saying is, like, it feels like a very tall middle schooler is out there just carving up
So
teams.
if he grew a beard or something, you got to look a little bit.
I mean, it's fine that he is very young, but like he's like especially young. Is it just me? Am I being a hater for no reason?
He's got a baby face.
Something about his face. It's something about his face.
It looks like he needs to be put on timeout.
That's exact. It's something about his face.
Got to have his juice box in between innings.
Yeah. So that's my hater comment about the Miz.
That's fine.
Thank you. I thought so. Getting back to the Seahawks a little bit, talking about how veterans are elevating team culture next.
Wyman and Bob, every afternoon at 2.
We're out there watching the Seahawks run around a bit. It's good seeing how they're practicing. And if you could get some videos from Mike's first year here to now, it's just a world of difference, the way that they're practicing.
It's good to see that the edge is still there, that the winning of the title did nothing to soften the edges at all. If anything, he seems like a guy who would double down on the intensity.
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. And for 104 years, Wayscarf Ford has treated their customers a very special way, the Wayscarf way. Stacey here, and I've personally felt that. I've driven my new Ford Bronco Sport from Wayscarf Ford for over a year now. Now, getting it was very exciting, also stress-free. But each time I brought it in because of a minor bump or because it was in need of service, their team has been amazing, super friendly, very polite. They explain that each vehicle they sell includes a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty. That covers your engine, transmission, rear end, and also seal and gaskets for any of those components. And if it's a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, like my Bronco, the warranty covers the transfer case as well. They also have a 5-day or 500-mile, 100% money-back guarantee. I always leave Wayscard Ford with a smile on my face. And now you should too, with rates as low as 3.99 on approved credit and no payments until football season to help you save even more. It's the family discount. It's only at Wayscar Ford in Auburn, wayscarford.com.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of feller who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Yeah! Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dave Wyman here, and the folks at Bellevue Rare Coins say higher prices have enticed more Americans to cash out their jewelry, gold, and silver items. Here's a story from a real customer. She walked into Bellevue Rare Coins with an old bag of jewelry, a little bit nervous, a little bit embarrassed because it was mostly old tangled chains and pieces she hadn't looked at in years. When they gave her the total, she couldn't believe what it was worth. Go see what your jewelry is worth with a free consultation. Bellevue Rare Coins is now in Linwood, Issaquah, Tacoma, and Bellevue.
Ever think, man, I'm not good enough to get a handicap? Actually, that's one of the best reasons to get one. Michael Bump is here. A handicap index helps you track your progress and see improvement over time, round after round. And it's not just for great golfers. It's for any golfer who wants to get better and know where their game stands. And getting one is easy. Just sign up through WA Golf, post your scores, and after 3 18-hole rounds, you've got it. See your progress, track your game, get better. Learn more at wagolf.org/710.
Get ready. Seattle soccer fever is taking over. Join us at noon on Friday, June 19th at Muckleshoot Casino Resort as the U.S. men's national team takes the field. Brought to you by Seattle Sports. Plus, don't miss your chance to meet a Seattle Sports on-air personality who'll be on site with exclusive giveaways all game long. You could win a 2-year lease on a Mini Cooper from Seattle BMW Mini. And the first 200 guests get a free hot dog and chips. Be there June 19th at Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hoped it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of fella who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Are you a homeowner, 62 or older, and realize that your Social Security and other income may not carry you through your retirement years? Have you ever thought about a reverse mortgage? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at Tila Mortgage, a local company serving Washington residents for 30 years. And if you want to know how a reverse mortgage works or have questions like, are reverse mortgages safe? Will I still own my home? Or do I really have the option of not making monthly mortgage payments? Call Tila for a no-pressure conversation. They'll answer your questions with personalized recommendations and loan options that can safely help you improve your monthly cash flow, increase your available income, pay off debt, or make home improvements. Call Tila today. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
You're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We talked about all the winners that are in Seattle. You kind of got to have a winning mindset, and that's how you get to and win a Super Bowl. But how will they get back there? You have to keep adding to that culture. Leonard Williams was talking about the offseason and how the veterans are kind of elevating that team culture.
I mean, I feel like it's been great. There's been great attendance from the leaders, from the older guys. Young guys have been working hard, trying to be sponges of the game and learn as much as possible. And to me, I really just see our culture elevate to another level. I feel like last year, we started putting the mix together and all the ingredients and all that type of stuff. And this year, you really see it boiling and becoming more just of a foundation. And to me, the culture is the biggest thing that we need here. Guys are going to come and go, like I said, and I feel like if we have a culture and a foundation like that, we'll always be a winning team.
It's important to focus on that when you get new guys.
I mean, it's really cool. I mean, we get together in small groups. We talk about it. We talk about the culture. You could tell young guys are just coming out of college. This is their first time in the NFL facility, first time in an NFL environment. But even they're speaking out about how it feels different here. The fact that young guys can feel that goes to show that we really have something special. And it's on the big guy, it's on the older guys and veterans also to hold everybody accountable to our standard. And immediately new guys come in and they have to fall in line because that's just the expectation.
I thought it was kind of on the one hand expected, Bump, but on the other, that feels like a really important part of the recipe is the ownership that older players and veterans have over team culture.
Yeah, if it's the coaches doing all the hooting and hollering and holding guys accountable, then it ain't gonna work. I mean, the coaches have to set the tone and I guess lay the rules and the foundation down and philosophy, but it's up to the players to own it and spread it and live by it. So the fact that college guys are coming in and saying to the group, this is something special, because that's what college is. I know it's different now. back then when I played because you're able to bounce around and move around. You know what's weird? As I say that, I start thinking NFL culture might become stronger than college culture at the end of the day. Because NFL culture, you're there for at least 3 years, 3 to 4 years, right? You sign these contracts where in college, you're bouncing around. The culture in college now is more with the fans who support it. But I'm talking about inside the locker room. It might now be stronger in the NFL. So now you're getting guys who have been to 2 or 3 colleges bouncing around. Take Julian Neal. He was at Fresno State, then went to Arkansas. So now they come in, and it feels different because you know these are my guys for the next 3 years. Granted, guys will get cut and traded, but for the most part, the foundational guys are going to be here. In college, it ain't like that anymore.
That's really interesting. Yeah, and it's like, is it going to become even harder to? It's not like you're not going to get athletes that are pro ready. In a way, they're becoming. John Schneider's talked about this. Don't take my word for it. In a way, they're becoming more pro ready because they've been dealing with money. They've been dealing with agents. They've dealt with pressure and scrutiny. But on the other hand, a lot of these guys will have not been with the same team in the same locker room. That's really interesting. When we talk about the winning culture that's here in Seattle, I know it's kind of that thing of everyone has fun when you win, but how much of this is Mike Macdonald? Like what kind of impact has he been able to have on getting so much buy-in? And I'm talking where another veteran is going, hey, when you're here, these are our rules.
I think it's a lot because you have to practice what you preach. If Mike Macdonald walks around and says, we don't leave trash on the ground, and he walks by a piece of paper and doesn't pick it up, people see that. If Mike Macdonald says we show up early and he's barely walking through the door when it's time for the meeting to start, people are going to see that. He sets the tone. Granted, he can get away with stuff too. If he walks in late, look, I'm upstairs talking to Fox, CBS, and stuff. I got coaches to kind of hold me down. But it's the way you got to walk the walk, talk the talk. And if he doesn't do it, then there's no buy-in. So because there's buy-in, he has to be walking around that facility practicing what he's preaching and showing up. And then it becomes, is he prepared? Mike Macdonald's one of the most prepared people in this league for sure. So you're prepared, you're walking the walk, you're talking the talk, you're practicing what you preach. Guys will look at your leader and saying, all right, if he's doing it, we have to do it. And now you got results. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
You've done that. Now you got the result. Oh, I'm buying in. If I were a free agent, as soon as I walk through that door, whatever they asked me to do, they said, we walk through this door right here, and you got to hop on 1 foot before you go sit in your chair. Oh, this is what we do here? You win championships? I'm hopping on 1 foot. I'm going to go sit down. It's as simple as that. The buy-in should be crazy right now.
It really should. And I feel like this is just one of those things that's also the sign of a good team. Now, look, they just won a championship. I don't need to tell you they're a good team. You'd be like, well, hey, proof is in the pudding. But I've never covered like a really bad Seahawks team. My first year, Pete Carroll was here, so there's not been like bad iterations. But we have talked about those teams elsewhere. And one of the common threads that you and I have talked about when you're like, man, like this team's been through different head coaches, like what's not working? It feels like a lot of it comes back to culture, ownership, and sometimes that can come from the top down. But like it's so much harder to build that than people think.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much harder. And think for a young coach, too, coming in with no receipts, with no track record, right? You can't come in and go, I'm Bill Belichick. You come in and it's so much harder. That's the hard part of coaching that people don't realize because they just think, oh, be smart. Be really smart. You can communicate with guys, but that's tough.
It is tough. And thankfully, Coach Macdonald had that Baltimore defense playing at such a high level that he walked in with that. You walked in with, look, what I do on defense works, but now I'm in control of everything. And I think if he didn't have the right approach, not only would the players not buy into what's going on, everyone in that building, it's like 200 people that work in that building at VMAC, that he is essentially him and John are responsible for, right? They set the tone. And you talk to anyone in that building, I mean, from Mo Kelly to anybody, man, it's all love. From what Paige at the front desk, it's everyone gets it. Bailey.
I was
everyone
say,
gets
Bailey.
it. Bailey, sorry, I'm sorry, Bailey. Everyone gets it, and everyone's on the same page.
All right, let's get back to the Mariners. We're not done with the Seahawks. Taking a look around the NFL coming up at 12:30, but we heard some interesting sound from Daniel Kramer this morning with Brock and Salk, trying to figure out how much of what we're seeing from the Mariners when it comes to issues is because of injuries. So we're going to figure out whether these injuries are stacking up, and that's the leading to some of the struggles we're seeing, or if we're just making excuses. We got to narrow this down. That's coming up next.
The first-place Mariners return home from the longest road trip of the season. A little worse for the wear.
Some injury concerns.
Naylor fouls it off his foot.
Andres Munoz left. It sounds like it's back tightness.
Let's get home before anything else happens.
Get the very latest Mariners injury news at seattlesports.com. And listen as the M's return home to T-Mobile in the first of 3 against the Orioles tomorrow night. First pitch at 6:40 on the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Hi, Andy Klein here. There's something special about a baseball game. The moments and the memories. At Klein Jewelers, that's exactly how we feel about our diamonds. They're a beautiful reminder of life's biggest moments. We're here to help you find the perfect diamond or beautiful piece of jewelry to celebrate your engagement, anniversary, birthday, promotion, or just because. Klein Jewelers by the Fountain in downtown Edmonds. Shine with Klein.
To all lovers of pop culture, science fiction, comics, wrestling, anime, and movies, Washington State SummerCon is this weekend at the Washington State Fair and Events Center in Puyallup. Meet over 130 celebrity guests from Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC, Demon Slayer, One Piece, and 5 WWE Hall of Famers. Meet the Fonz, Henry Winkler, Jay and Silent Bob, Steve from Blue's Clues, all 5 Teen Titans, and even Deadpool's iconic pet, Dogpool. Visit wassummercon.com to purchase tickets.
Jake was suffering from osteoarthritis when his doctors asked him to consider surgery.
However, there's a 9-month recovery period where essentially you're not walking and you're not putting much in the way of weight on.
That wasn't going to work for him, so he decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I heard the ads, and that caused me to do due diligence.
And how are you doing now?
There's not really any pain now at all. I have no limitations in what I want to do.
Wow, so you're able to do anything you want to do?
I recently played golf at Cycle House down in Pebble Beach, walked 18 holes, which I hadn't been able to do for a number of years, and then went for about a 2-mile walk with my friend.
I take it you'd recommend stem cell therapy to others then?
Absolutely. Had I known then what I know now, I would have done this several years ago and saved myself a lot of pain and suffering and agony and limitation to activity.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change presents Wisdom from the Road.
Summer means wide open spaces and a whole lot of extra miles. The last place you want your engine to give out is halfway to nowhere. Out here, low oil or a weak battery is just an ambush waiting to happen. That's why every oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change includes an 18-point maintenance check. These techs are trained to help spot issues early and keep you riding easy.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Change wisely.
Stacy here for ARC, a fully electric boat that feels like a luxury EV. ARC boats are easy to operate with significantly less maintenance and service. Book a demo just like I did. They'll pick you up if you can't make it to Kirkland. Go to arcboats.com/demo. That's arcboats.com/demo.
Your home is your sanctuary. How it looks and who you trust to make it look the best is paramount. All Covered Painting works with Seattle homeowners who care about details. Experienced in-house professionals who handle every local project with all the care your home deserves. They listen to your vision and help bring it to life. Book All Covered Painting for your summer project and ask about a complimentary color consultation with an interior designer. Recommended by homeowners, allcoveredpainting.com.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all 3 like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Protecting workers' rights is the goal.
school. Thousands of workers will help power the excitement of Seattle's Summer of Soccer from June 11th through July 19th. If you're working in hotels, stadiums, restaurants, security, temp jobs, or app-based delivery, you have rights. From wage theft to minimum pay, the Seattle Office of Labor Standards wants you to know that you are protected. Call 206-256-5297 or visit seattle.gov/labor standards. Get ready for soccer's biggest stage. Join Dick's Sporting Goods for a pep rally at Northgate Mall June 19th, featuring a live DJ, activities, and more. Bring the energy and rep the red, white, and blue before kickoff. Dick's Sporting Goods at Northgate Mall, 9 a.m. to noon.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Some Mariners roster moves. Patrick Wisdom has been optioned to AAA Tacoma. Reliever Domingo Gonzalez cleared waivers and has been outrighted to Tacoma. I know a lot of you are waiting to hear about JP and Cal. I'm sure those will come this week because the team is expected to see the return of those two from the IL. Mariners have an off day today, and then they open up a series against the Orioles beginning tomorrow at T-Mobile.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Mariners made a couple roster moves today, not the ones you guys are kind of waiting for, so I'll let you know that off jump. Patrick Wisdom has been optioned to AAA Tacoma. Reliever Domingo Gonzalez cleared waivers. He's been outrighted to Tacoma. Shannon Dreyer reposted this Mariners roster news and then added the first of probably a couple roster moves that we're going to see. As a reminder, the Mariners have an off day today. So like Shannon said, probably not the last bit of news we're going to get today or certainly tomorrow before the game. J.P. Crawford is expected to come back from the IL. Cal Raleigh expected to come back. Dan Wilson and co. sounded pretty optimistic about the opportunity to activate Cal.
He's playing again today, and all reports have been good. Obviously, the results have been good. So I think that's the plan, and we'll just kind of see how he bounces back from today, and continue to assess it and make our decision.
Also, Randy's been missing some time with a hamstring injury, so he can come back too. So you're going to have the return of JP, Cal, and Randy. You're missing a couple other guys like Matt Brash. And Bump, it has brought us to this conversation. Injuries are stacking up for the Mariners. Mm-hmm. Has that been the story of their season? Is that why they've been frustrating? Or are we unfortunately getting into some excuse making?
I hate that word excuse when it comes to me being an analyst, because when I give reasons, it could sound like an excuse. It's like excuse and reasons are cousins. And it depends on what side of the family you want to deal with on that day. All right, so I'm going to give the reason. I think part of the reason is you're not deep enough and talented enough to sustain all of these injuries and keep the same level of performance throughout the whole season. You're just not. You're not that deep. Now, have there been mistakes made by some of the dudes that you depend on, that you can count on and say, we need you every day? Most definitely, for sure. And I think that throughout a season, if you are the caliber of team that the Mariners are, you're going to have stretches of 10 games where you win 4. Hopefully not too many, but you're going to have those. I think it's highlighted a bit because you just came off a good homestand where you won, 7 out of 8 or something like that?
Prior to hitting the road?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brady's nodding.
I think you're 7-1, yeah.
That was 20 years ago.
So you're going off of that, and you're fairly healthy, and you hit this road, and you're looking at the competition, the ops, right? We had the Orioles twice and DC once. We had
Orioles
at home.
DC, and then Orioles again here, and then Red Sox.
Right. So it's disappointing because you felt like your team was turning the corner and you're starting to figure things out, and then you get hit with the injury bug. So I think it's hard for people to digest it.
Yeah.
Because you want to be upset because you feel like this team is better than that. But in reality, you don't have your team out there. You're not deep enough. You're just not that deep.
Yeah.
So excuse, reasons. They're cousins. You decide what side of the family you're on today.
Let's take a listen to what Daniel Kramer told Brock and Salk this morning when asked whether Mariners' injuries are the reason for inconsistency.
I think that's certainly a fair assessment for the road trip. But if you talk about holistically the season as a whole, I think that might be a little bit of a stretch because, Cal has been out for a month, but he was still there for the first month and a half. You've had Brash sidelined for extended stretches as well, and, a couple other injuries that have impacted them here and there, but it's just like there have been times when they've had the whole group together and still not been able to put it all together. So
I think there are two problems. I think that Reason, the rational cousin of the two, is fair here. There have been times when they've had all their guys out there. Not a lot, though. It's not been through a good chunk of the season. Brendan Donovan's been down or missing time, even before he was on the IL, missing a couple days, being taken out of the lineup. And he was getting fairly consistent contact. So even though he wasn't like the best third baseman in the world, he was one of your better bats. You haven't had extended periods of time where you've had Brendan Donovan, Cal Raleigh, J.P. Crawford, Randy Rosarena, Julio Rodriguez, Cole Young, Colt Emerson, now with this group who obviously Colt hasn't played with some of these guys. Like when you think about Cal, there was a very disappointing stretch there. You think about JP, there was a stretch of play where you were disappointed with his defense and kind of wanted a little more from him at the plate. But, no, I don't think that you've had extended periods with them. Now, that being said, it's not the only reason. No. There is an element of this that has nothing to do with injuries and is all about poor play. What's causing it? I don't know. Was it a bad or very short offseason for Cal? Is it age for J.P. Crawford? Is it lingering stuff for Brendan Donovan? Is it managerial decisions? Is it a clubhouse that started the season very slow and then became very frustrated? And then that kind of had lingering effects on performance where guys felt, you can't check out, but where guys felt flustered, right? There are things here that have nothing to do with injury that kind of exacerbated everything. They made the injuries, you felt them more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always a combo, man. It's a combination. You got that number 3 right now. You got 7 injuries, 1 starting pitcher that's struggling, and decisions that need to be made by a manager. There's always a couple of things that are going on. I think the worst part about it is you can't get a true assessment of the team because everyone's hurt. No one is out there.
At different times. Brady talked about this. He and I were having a debate where I was like, it's not like they've been missing half their team for a season. I know right now you have a couple guys there, but that hasn't been all year. And Brady, you said, well, it's kind of death by 1,000 cuts.
Well, yeah, because it's not like you're losing all these players at once. Then you're like, okay, these guys are gone. We got to manage. We got to get a team out there while these guys are gone. No, it's, okay, we lost this guy. Cool, Cal's going to go down. Maybe a month off. We got everyone still here. We're good. Oh, no, Randy's down. Oh, that sucks. Oh, Josh Naylor fouled a ball off his foot. Oh, that sucks. Munoz can't throw a strike to save his life. Oh, that sucks. And just all these things cascading down. Thankfully, we had Colt Emerson to be able to come up and fill one of those holes, and Patrick Wisdom is doing his best before he just got sent down. But it's a death by 1,000 cuts from the injuries. But based off what you guys were saying as well, the biggest thing I've seen outside of the pitching that has been very bad is base running. Horrible decision-making, not only on pickoffs, but trying to extend singles into doubles, and you're running yourself off the bases. And we haven't gotten that many base runners. We get a lot of our runs via the home run. When you get on base, you got to stay on that base. Please.
Well, especially when you're the third out. Randy's been the third out.
Yeah, you can't make the third out like that.
On the one hand, you want to be an aggressive team. You can't simultaneously, I'm not saying you're doing this, Brady. You can't be someone who simultaneously is yelling small ball at your TV and then getting mad at base running. Because part of how you're going to play small ball is by stealing bases and getting more speed on the base paths. You're going to have the risk. That's exactly what it is. However, they've made one too many. You can't have defensive mistakes and also get picked off. There's
trying to extend a single into a double, and that guy's got a great arm. He threw it right on the money. Bang, bang, play at second base. Those happen. Those suck. You got to realize that. But getting picked off Everybody knows how to get back to first base or get back to second base. If you're consistently getting picked off, there's something wrong with how you're approaching being on the base. Is it you're not giving enough credit to the pitcher, or you're like, oh, I'm actually just going to take off and steal during this, and the pitcher's actually not going to time it up with the catcher at all. Like, they're looking for you. They know we're aggressive on the bases.
And Bump, it sounds like mental mistakes. Maybe they make the injuries feel worse, but like that's not injury. That's on you.
No, that's just lack of focus, honestly. I mean, I saw when Robles got picked off at one point during this this series. He's standing tall, feet are crossed over, like he's too laxed over there. It's like, no, you have to take this seriously. And then someone texted in, I'm tired of seeing Robles and Julio get picked off. And I looked up, Robles been picked off 4 times, Julio twice.
Julio doesn't get picked off that often.
No, not that often. But it's a lack of focus. You have to be locked in. And the thing about baseball, too, is it's the hardest sport to be locked in like that. I remember playing baseball and being in the outfield. Every time the pitch is thrown, and we squat, okay, nothing. Stand up. Squat. Like it takes so much of your focus. All it takes is one mistake. Yeah. And you can blow the game wide open. It's but they're pros. You get paid to do this. So just be locked in on the bases, please.
And the good news is they're still in a pretty decent spot. I disagree with this listener. I welcome texts, but I do disagree with them sometimes, like this one. The 206 said, this team just isn't that good. They've proven that. I disagree. I think that we just sometimes eliminate a middle class or upper middle class from sports. This team is not the Dodgers. This team has not been even the Rays. They've certainly not been the Yankees. This team has not been the Braves. This team has several all-stars. This team has a lot of power when people are healthy. Saying Cal isn't going to get you 60 home runs this year doesn't mean they've suddenly lost home runs. They should still be a heavy home run hitting team. They should still be getting that. And frankly, they are. They're 5th in home runs right now, and they've been 3rd over the last 30 days. It's really frustrating watching them play because you see some abysmal games with what feels like little to no offensive effort.
Hits.
Like yesterday, 1 run on, I think it was like 4 or 5 hits, but sometimes it'll be like they'll string together a couple and then you'll have nothing. And
2 in the first and then nothing else.
So deeply frustrating. I disagree that the team isn't that good. Saying they're not a powerhouse doesn't mean they're bad. There are some bad teams out there right now. Some bad teams. That's not where you are. And that's what makes it more, to me, that's what makes it more frustrating.
Yeah.
I don't think it's unfair to look at this team and say they have a chance to get to a World Series. I don't think that that's wishing too hard just because they're not the favorite to go there. You have more talent and a more complete roster than you've had in years here.
And it's not like you're a rebuilding team where you're expecting the season to just be a wash and maybe the young guys will show you something. No, this is an ALCS team coming back with a lot of the roster and some bolstered pieces. Unfortunately, one of them is on the IL in Brendan Donovan.
You're one of 3 remaining teams standing. You were 8 outs away from a World Series, and you have not played as well as you did late last season, but I also don't think that needs to be flukish. I just think they're, to Brady's point, making mental mistakes. To Bump's point, they've been dealt some less than stellar injuries at really annoying times, kind of back to back to back. It doesn't mean they're a bad team. Now, it does mean they need to kick it into gear here. It does mean you need to get it together.
Yeah, definitely. Just got to clean it up. And, you have to weather the storm. The storm right now is telling you that an arm or two has been shaky. You're not completely healthy. You're going to lean on some younger players to come through clutch at times. You can do it, but thankfully, even though people don't want to hear this, thankfully, your division is not very good.
Yeah.
So, like I said, win your heat. Your heat is the ALS. Win that heat and get healthy.
And someone said, same person, they're losing to really bad teams. Yeah, it's annoying, but that happens. The Rockies just got 23 runs against the A's.
That was awesome. I put that in the timeline. We didn't get to it.
I'm sorry.
But I saw it, and I was just like, okay, there's having a bad game, and then there's getting 23 put up on you.
I think this is true about the Mariners. The Mariners are inconsistent. The Mariners have some decision-making problems and defensive problems they need to work through. I think what's also true about the Mariners is that they have some talent and they have power and they have good pitching. And you can say, oh, Luis Castillo, or like, oh, Munoz hasn't been a stellar. They're top 5 ERA, bullpen and otherwise.
You can see that too. And also to that point, we just got done with a 10-game road trip. You have to strategize your bullpen usage totally differently when you're on a 10-game road trip, especially if some of your closers and leverage arms aren't really either available or being consistent.
I just think we need some middle grades here, you guys. It is not either you're an A+ or you're an F team.
No, you can get a C+ average team to the playoffs.
Bump.
Listener says, good teams don't make mental mistakes. All teams make mental mistakes. It's just limiting them and not making them in huge moments. That's the difference between good and great. Every team makes mental mistakes. There's no perfect athlete out there. And that right there, that one comment right there, I know that person doesn't speak for everybody, but it feels like the majority of the people that I come across and I speak to have that in mind. Like, they can't make any mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. It's limiting them and understanding that because we're this team that's banged up in this situation right now, I need to be a bit more cautious. Now, if Bryce is on the mound, he's willing and dealing, the bats are going, you play a bit more aggressive. You have to change your approach according to who your team is in that specific moment. And I think that's kind of where they've jacked up a bit.
Is that on the manager? What's Dan's role here? Because when I hear, now, if this was football and I was hearing someone talk about a ton of mental mistakes, I'm immediately looking to the coaching staff. I know it's a little different in baseball, but what's Dan's role here?
Dan's role is the reminders, and to be able to, I don't know what his coaching style is. He's a bit more, lax and calm, but holding guys accountable. Victor gets picked off. He's in the dugout. Come on, Victor. Come on, man. We need you. And that's it. It just, so everyone hearing feels that that's not going ignored. Because there have been so many times where, and maybe this is just the culture of baseball, a guy makes a stupid mistake and he walks in the dugout and no one says anything to him. Like, he's a pro. He knows he jacked up. You don't need to scold him like he's a child. But someone say something, like pat on the butt, like, come on. Not good enough. Just accountability needs to be there.
Yeah. So maybe that'll be what we're watching for this homestand here, beginning with the Orioles and then a series against the Red Sox. We haven't heard roster moves activating JP or Cal. We have seen some other things. Patrick Wisdom option to AAA Tacoma, though I think we're all expecting that these moves are going to be made at some point today, maybe tomorrow ahead of that series opener against the Orioles. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, real life.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the New York Knicks are NBA champions after winning Game 5, 94-90 over the San Antonio Spurs. What's the real headline?
You won't believe this, but a Nepo baby from New York City is the underdog hero we all needed.
I know what you're saying. I still don't like it.
I know, but it's a joke. Look, Jalen earned his role. But, Bump, there was a period of time when people thought he was a little overpaid.
He took a pay cut to make this team. He took like $100 million less to make sure Bridges got there, Hart got there, all these other dudes. I think people don't talk about that enough. And taxes are already high as heck in New York. My man took a pay cut. No, this was a big gamble. I remember when Brunson came to the team. That was during the time when KD was available and stuff, and trying to figure out what's going to happen. And they got Brunson. And everyone and their mama, including Stephen A. and all the guys who think they know this game, what are they doing? Knicks will never win with this guy. Now look at him. Undersized guard. Dropped 40 on him. Played 40-plus minutes 2 or 3 times this series. Jalen Brunson deserves all the flowers.
Did you see the critiques people had over Becky Hammond for making those comments? And it's like, yeah, she was clearly wrong with her analysis in hindsight, but like a lot of people were.
A lot of people were.
People just have like vitriol sometimes towards very specific people. No, it's very, very cool. It is funny that in a series, especially against the Spurs, against Wemby, who I think a lot of people really, really enjoy watching and really like, that the Knicks were an underdog. But look, 53 years you go without a championship, and the city of New York. I'm not one to congratulate New York or Boston, but first championship since 2011 for any New York team.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped for New York, man. I'm standing up clapping like I'm a Knick. But I was watching the game with a Spurs fan, so it felt even better just to let's go.
What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, the Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup after defeating the Vegas Golden Knights 3-0 in Game 6 on Sunday. What's the real headline?
Well, at least one team from the West won a championship this year. Shout out Seahawks.
It's the Hurricanes, man. It's relentless activity. Every analyst and hockey guy that I speak to, that's the first thing they say is these guys just go, they're relentless. You had a rookie goalie and Brandon Boosie who did his thing. First championship in 20 years. It felt like it wasn't 20 years. I was thinking maybe 5 or 10.
You said 2006 just happened. What do you
Right? Like, what are you talking
mean?
about? I'm in San Diego for my 21st.
No, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I don't have kids.
You're 40.
That's how things change the older you get. But happy for these dudes. The culture that they have is it's apparent. You don't need to know anything about hockey.
Yeah.
You just see the way they play and how they react to each other. It's something special.
I'll say this. September is my favorite sports month of the year, and it's cheating a little bit because it's my favorite month because I also love fall. So I have non-sports reasons that I love it. Pumpkin spice lattes are back. It's a big deal. However, this past weekend, making a strong case for June. I mean, it was
because
it was championship. You're watching now. The World Cup is obviously not going to happen every single June, so it's a little different.
So,
but
so every 4 years, June.
Yeah, but like Friday, Saturday, Sunday was such a fun stretch of sports.
Isn't there
Some people love April, but I'm not as big into that.
You also have
know what, 'cause I
all
don't care
the
about golf.
college baseball World Series stuff going on as well. Like every level, there was some form of championship or
There's
playoff.
something to watch all weekend
And
long.
guess what? You got the U.S. Open June 18th through the 21st.
Woo!
Every 4 years,
There's
June
someone
might be it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like June is a bit of an underdog, kind of coming out of nowhere in the best sports month conversation.
Yeah. Let's go. And I think
Headline
I
We
nodded
Watch.
that one a little early.
Egypt on the board.
Let's go.
1-0. Belgium's favorite to win that. So Lumen's going nuts right now.
Can I tell you something I'm not proud of? The World Cup really calls into question my knowledge of flags. Because I'm looking at this place going, is that Belize? Or
I love that game. The flag game. Guess the flag. I love that game.
bad at it. I've never felt dumber than anything to do with geography.
Guessing the flag.
I'm so bad at you would think this is basic stuff, but
It is. But that's
if you would
American
ask me what
education.
Cape Verde's flag was, I wouldn't have been able to tell you.
I simply couldn't tell you.
That's why, because you guys don't watch soccer. If you watch soccer
that's
for
exactly
real,
why.
you would. That's all you got is a flag.
Yeah. I mean, I will say there's just a good chunk of the flag emojis in my phone where I'm like, I don't know what that is, but
I saw that the other day on TV. I wonder where that's from.
yeah, that's interesting. I totally cut you off with the transition.
Hey, it's fine. I was hyped for Egypt.
Speaking of Brady, last headline.
Headline number 3, the U.S. men's national team beat Paraguay 4-1. What's the real headline?
We want Spain!
We want Spain!
Spain just tied Cape Verde 0-0, so you might just
now we want
have
that
a
smoke.
chance. Might just have a chance.
We
man.
want Cape Verde.
I mean, you should. But
We want both of them.
No, big win for the U.S. Anyone just across the world, across the nation. Someone texted me in on Friday too, and they were so mad.
Why?
But I'm talking about it. They're going to disappoint us. Please text in right now. You know who you are. And he was like, I'm
They
just
said
trying.
don't talk about it?
Yeah, he was like, they're just going to disappoint us, blah, blah, blah. But then he or she calmed down and was like, look, I'm just a hater.
Yeah.
Realizing that you're a hater is the first step, and I appreciate that.
That is the first
Everyone
step.
hates on something at some
Yeah.
point, so I get it. But the world, just let us have this game.
Yeah.
They could come out on Friday against Australia and not look like they did last week. But that's the best performance we've ever seen. I've been watching the World Cup since 1994, and every time I feel like this team is just not going to be able to do it, not give us a performance. Last World Cup, they scored 3 goals in 4 games. We got 4 goals in one game. Let us have this.
Now, was Paraguay bad or was the U.S. men's team just
And that's
great?
another thing. Oh,
Yes.
you beat a team
That's
with
a real
7 million.
question.
No, Paraguay's actually good. They beat Brazil during qualifying. They beat
Really?
Argentina during qualifying. Yes, exactly. See? You silly Americans.
What?
Don't know nothing about the sport. You're saying Paraguay's bad.
Paraguay.
No, they're not great.
I
They're
just
not
assume
great.
if you lose to the U.S., you're not that great.
Brady, You're done. You're done for the day.
Now you're just antagonizing him.
You're done for the day. We got a good squad. Are we going to win the whole thing? Probably not.
Could we get to the quarterfinals?
I wouldn't bet my house on it. Quarterfinals, real possibility.
I'm ready to bet my house.
Don't do that. Dookie needs a place to live. He needs a place to live.
He does.
Yeah. You're not just making decisions for you anymore.
It is tough because Lukey, not Dookie, is from Australia. And so this Friday is going to be a tough one for us as a household. Obviously, he's going for his Aussies. I'm clearly going for the U.S. team. So
clearly
some tension, I think.
Something tells me Lukey's going to be fine regardless. And so are you.
Thank you. I believe so as well. Let's go around the diamond. The Mariners have an off day. They begin a homestand tomorrow, maybe with Cal Raleigh and J.P. Crawford against the Baltimore Orioles. That's Around the Diamond, brought to you by Klein Jewelers Edmonds. Taking a look around the NFL next.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
One thing y'all might not know about me is that I was pretty good on the soccer pitch bump here. And with football taking over our region this summer, it makes me think back on the love for the sport. I'm excited to hear about our listeners getting into the matches and falling in love with the sport, too. I love hearing about our listeners making the trip to Silver Reef Casino Resort. I've been telling you guys it's a hidden gem here in the Northwest. I've been there. This summer is perfect for a quick road trip where you can just get there and enjoy your destination. Book a tee time at Loomis Shores Golf Course and spend the night at Silver Reef. Make a weekend out of it, or just a personal day to enjoy the weather. You deserve it. Relax in the deluxe room. Enjoy your meal at the steakhouse. Have some fun at their sports restaurant and enjoy the Cantina authentic Mexican restaurant. Burritos, quesadillas. It's delicious. Plenty of reasons to go up there, and I haven't even mentioned the spa yet. Book your stay at silverreefcasino.com. Silver Reef Casino Resort, silverreefcasino.com.
Does your yard need shade, privacy, or a little brightening up? Look no further than Big Trees. I'm Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. At our 30-acre location, there are thousands of trees to choose from and knowledgeable staff, including a board-certified master arborist, to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Visit the nursery and learn more about Big Trees at bigtreesupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly. Big Trees.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
I go to Starbucks every day. They introduced the app a number of years ago. I was a very early adopter to mobile ordering with their app. That's an efficiency for me. I don't need the cashier experience. I don't need standing in line. Customers want the same thing. We video inspect all of our cars when they come in for a service appointment. So when we're doing a maintenance visit here, we do a video inspection of your vehicle. The technician shows you what your tires are at, what your brakes are at, what your filters are at. That's what we're sending to people. They open it, they look at it, they're in a meeting. But we've met them where they want to be met for quick and efficiency. And that's meeting a lot of new tech customers, but also just transparency.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 22nd, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back?
Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either, because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Brendan, you posted another video to Instagram. Brendan, no. Now, this one is far less critical of the 49ers. In fact, it's a little just kind of nondescript. It's him dancing in his living room, and then the caption says, coming to an end zone near, and then it's pointing like near you.
Okay.
That's pretty harmless.
It is.
It's much better than the videos that he posted earlier calling the 49ers dumb. And very clearly drawing a line between him and San Francisco. In fact, he deleted those videos.
Did he?
So maybe things are fine.
Maybe his agent was like, what are you doing, BA?
I don't know.
Take it down.
This is what Mike Florio said. So again, he posted this video after deleting the other videos, criticizing them. So then Mike Florio said, combined with Brendan's decision to extend an olive branch by deleting the videos, it's hard not to wonder whether the 49ers have decided to abandon that effort to trade Ayuk. So saying like, well, maybe things are going good. Like maybe he deleted the videos and now he's just posting like coming to an end zone near you. Like it's a much better video.
The Niners are better with him on the football field. Are they better with him in the locker room, in the meeting rooms? That's the question.
Do you think that having Mike Evans eliminates that loss that they feel, though?
Evans is not Ayuk. Ayuk is a better receiver at this point in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird to see Mike Evans as a 49er.
It is.
It's going to be really, really weird. Raiders have their first impressions of Fernando Mendoza, number 1 overall pick. This is what one of his wide receivers, Trey Tucker, said. I didn't realize how tall he was. 6'5". I didn't realize how tall he was.
I thought it was like a cool 6'3".
No, 6'5". He said he's very tall and he's big. Maybe it's because he's so nice.
Maybe
just like a nice, friendly personality.
You don't realize how big Tom Brady is, too.
That's
Brady's
true.
like 6'6".
In my mind, Tom Brady is also 6'3".
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of quarterbacks who, in my mind, are their heights. John Elway, Ben Roethlisberger.
Sam's low-key tall, too.
Sam's not his. In my mind, Sam's shorter than he really is.
Yeah.
And again, it's not a disrespect. It's the same thing with Brady. I think it's like their body proportions. Like some quarterbacks just look tall and other ones just look normal athletic. Tom Brady has the proportions of someone who could be 6'1", 6'2". He just happens to be insanely tall.
Great.
Whereas other people like Ben Roethlisberger just had a...
Well, you better be tall.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be walking around being 5'8" with that body type. What are you doing? So anyways, tons of praise for Fernando Mendoza. Lots of good stuff from his wide receivers. In addition, they also talked about, just unsurprisingly, having a great personality. They said he's super authentic. Someone said, I keep telling people that ask me, he's whatever you think he is. That's exactly what he's like. It's not a bit. It's not an act.
Well, that's good. As long as it's authentic, as long as you're that way on a Tuesday and on a Friday, I'll accept.
Do you think we see Fernando Mendoza a ton?
Yes.
You think he's the week 1 starter?
No.
When does he go?
Week 4.
Because Kirk Cousins gets benched?
Because Kirk is just not doing it. That's why.
Heading to the World Cup, but I promise it's an NFL story because it's about New York Giants quarterback Jameis Winston. Did you see this?
I did not.
He was helping pick up trash after a match. So Japan fans have made headlines for cleaning up their sections after matches. They're bringing these garbage bags and then making sure that they are very clean and throw everything away when they leave. And Jameis Winston was at this match between Japan and the Netherlands and walked over there to help them start cleaning up with the trash bags to clean up his section.
That's so Jameis.
That's very Jameis.
Jameis like, oh, that's what we do? Well, I'm going to walk over there. I'm going to help pick up trash.
Jameis just takes me out every time.
We picked up trash, and it was the best trash we ever picked up.
That's exactly what he would say. It was the best trash. We picked it up like no one's picked it up before. See, I sound like Trump. I can't do a Jameis Winston. It's tough. It's really tough. I want to talk about the Jets. I have a news item that if you have an opinion about Joe Tippmann, feel free. But I really just want to ask you about Jets expectations. So the news item is that they and right guard Joe Tippmann agreed to a 4-year, $62 million contract extension that could be worth up to $64 million. He was entering the final year of a rookie contract. And again, it's just the Jets locking up their best players. It makes him the 15th highest paid guard. So not like record-setting, market-changing money. But how I look at it is a team that has their eyes on, it's kind of like the Raiders, maybe closer to competing than the Raiders though, where it's like, we know who we want to be and we know the pieces that we want for this recipe. And Joe is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't had enough success to be like, oh, if they like him, I love him. Right? It's like when the Seahawks sign somebody, you're like, okay, they have a track record of doing things right. If Philly does it, you feel the same way. The Broncos at this point, you feel the same way. The Jets, you're still waiting to see. You're still waiting to see. But if they're confident in that guy, I'm happy for him. You get your money, about what, $16, $17 million every year?
Jeez.
Good for you.
You think the Jets win the AFC East? Absolutely not. The answer is absolutely not.
I was trying to think of something clever to say. Absolutely not. Even though I will be watching closely this year. Nah, they ain't winning that thing.
Let's head to the NFC East. Dallas Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens took his physical, according to the Star, today. And Brian Schottenheimer said he expects Pickens to be at mandatory minicamp. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Get your 1-2 combo on.
I mean, aren't we already just assuming he's going to be playing under that franchise tag, that it's kind of like just done?
He's playing under the tag, right? They can still trade him, I think.
They can. So
but,
it's
it ain't going down.
He didn't participate in voluntary workouts, including 6 OTAs. But I don't know. To me, I feel like none of the news we've been hearing about the Cowboys indicates there's going to be some kind of holdout. Maybe Cowboys fans have been talking about one, but every time I see an update about George Pickens, it's always like, George Pickens signs tag. George Pickens going to show up to mandatory camp. Like, it doesn't sound concerning.
Nah, he's going to play under the tag, and he don't want to lose money. So he's going to show up,
Definitely
do his thing.
Lose money. This next headline is going to make some people mad. I'm very sorry about that. We do have some potential news. There's a potential story about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Now, is this true? I thought that this was all a rumor. The story is that Madison Square Garden is reportedly going to be the location for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding. I could have sworn that wasn't real. Is this just like reports?
It's still rumors. It's still speculation.
Rumors, still speculation. Okay. So, Tori Barron of ESPN did some digging, and she's trying to find out.
That's some next level stuff if it's real. Madison Square Garden. Man.
That's what makes it so believable, because it's Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
It's more Taylor Swift.
Well, yeah, but I was trying to be nice to him.
She can do
You're
whatever the
being
heck she
too
wants
nice
to do.
to him. Madison Square Garden is not Travis Kelce.
She's like, listen, baby, I'll pay for this. You get the drinks. I'll get the garden. You get the drinks. That's crazy.
I would not want a wedding in Madison Square
Yeah,
Garden.
you would.
I mean,
Stop it. Yeah, I would get out of here. You got a Pinterest thing up right now, probably what your wedding would look like.
No, I don't. It's not at Madison Square Garden. I'll tell you that right now.
You ain't in that tax bracket. But if you were,
Wow, how dare you? I could have my wedding in Madison Square Garden if I wanted to.
Nobody here is in that tax bracket.
Okay, so Brady, this is a rumor that's still alive.
Correct.
They could have the wedding at Madison Square Garden. What if they invite all the Knicks? What if Jalen
It's like getting
Brunson-
invited to the White House, but instead it's Taylor Swift's wedding.
Jalen Brunson officiates Travis and Taylor's wedding at Madison Square Garden.
You know, Damewell Jason's going to do that.
Oh my God. No, I like Jalen Brunson doing it. All right, that is our look around the NFL. Still to come, coming up at 1 p.m., a story that we were going to include, but then we thought, you know what? This is a separate conversation. This is a fun conversation. One reporter from the NFL ranked every division by quarterback talent. You're going to be a little surprised to see where the NFC West and Sam Darnold landed. So that's coming up at 1. 4 Down Territory at 1:15. Get your questions in for what I need to know. By the way, that's coming up at 1:45, but you can send them in anytime. Sports, non-sports, it doesn't matter. 866-979-3776. Latest on the Mariners coming your way next.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Shannon, I get so used to hearing our pro teams in town talk about talent acquisition, being the lifeblood of their teams. At IRG, how important is talent acquisition for you?
Brock, talent acquisition is everything. Here at IRG, we are looking for those people that want to be the best and the brightest. You know, our strength here at IRG is what I call our human capital. And our clinicians here at IRG are great, but we expect greatness. We provide them with ample mentorship opportunities, continuing education, advanced certification payment, in addition to providing Con Ed. When they receive advanced certifications, we also increase their base salary because they've improved themselves as a professional. They've improved their ability to provide great care, and that's what it's all about here at IRG. Great care. We want the best and brightest.
With over 40 convenient locations, IRG is in your neighborhood. Find all the details at irgpt.com.
I got to ride in the brand new all-electric Arc Sport, and it was a luxury EV on the water. Stacy here. You hop aboard immediately and feel like you're someone important. Luxury finishes, clean, tech throughout. Driving it is smooth, and it has that impressive kick you expect from an EV. Charging it is really easy, and not paying for gas is a huge plus. Book a free demo and see it for yourself in Lake Union, Lake Washington, and Lake Sammamish. Schedule your demo at arcboats.com/demo. If you can't make it to them in Kirkland, they'll come pick you up. arcboats.com/demo.
Rick Riz here for the Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington's Improve Your Play program. Many of our local youth sports teams need help with field enhancements, training, and equipment. Local Pella owners Keith Dashafy and Luke Wilson are stepping up to donate $5,000 to 2 deserving teams. We need your help finding them. Head to seattlesports.com/play to nominate a deserving team in need. Let's help our local youth improve their play this year with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Contest and rules at seattlesports.com/play.
Summer is here, and it's time to break through your weight loss frustrations. Hey, it's Dr. Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss, and we have a proven system that can help you lose 20 to 30 pounds or more in just 8 weeks. Whether you need a nutrition plan to complement your GLP injections, or you're like many of our clients who don't want to worry about ongoing monthly costs, giving yourself shots, or uncomfortable side effects. Either way, our program provides the support, accountability, and structured nutrition plan so you can achieve your results for the long term. Schedule your free phone consult at eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Look, this plan does work. It's Mike Salk here, and I used Eastside Weight Loss Clinic to lose 35 pounds. Just recently, I heard about one of our listeners who lost 40 pounds. How about that? The plan will teach you lifelong habits to continue eating the food you love while losing weight.
We've helped over 4,000 people lose 20 to 30 pounds or more in just 8 weeks. Come to our clinic in Kirkland or do the program remotely from anywhere you live. Schedule your free phone consultation online at eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary. The Mariners are all about giving you more baseball for your buck. With Mariners Value Games, you can score seats for less than $12 on select dates all season long. Plus, be sure to check out the biggest ever value menu and beer lineup. Available every game and featuring 36 items. From ballpark classics like hot dogs, nachos, and refillable sodas to canned brews starting at just $5. Go to mariners.com/value to grab your value game tickets and check out the full slate of value options at T-Mobile Park.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
This is Bump Stacy
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Earlier in the show, we played a cut from Daniel Kramer of MLB.com, who was talking Mariners with Brock and Salk this morning, and they asked him, hey, do you think injuries are a big part of the reason for why the Mariners have been so inconsistent? And he said it's fair for this road trip, but hasn't necessarily been the story of their whole season. However, inconsistency has. So why have they been inconsistent? Let's dive into a bit more from Kramer.
I was only in Baltimore and D.C., so I didn't go to Detroit. But, they win those first two games of the series in Baltimore, some tense games where the one with the two challenges, they kept their foot on the gas. That was a lot closer than it looked, and they come out with the win. But then you see, Brian have another clunker, and then Emerson have a clunker yesterday on the heels of, in between, Bryce putting together maybe the best start of the entire season from this rotation. It's just so hard to pinpoint because some days it's the offense that looks just so stale. Some days it's the rotation, getting battered around. Same for the bullpen. Granted, they've taken quite a few hits on this road trip on the injury front in that regard too. So it's tough to pinpoint one specific thing that's caused all these inconsistencies. I just think it's been a frustrating cocktail of a whole bunch of different things, of a really talented roster just not quite playing up to its potential quite yet.
Bump, sometimes I think it's okay when the answer is, I'm not sure, which is kind of what Daniel Kramer is saying here. What we do know is that they should be better. It's not like the version of the Mariners we've seen it makes sense for their talent level.
Mm-hmm. It's they're inconsistent as of late, at least because their lineup has been inconsistent and the pitching has been inconsistent. If you're besting the thing that you're supposed to be able to lean on 100% of the time, it starts to be inconsistent, then everything else starts to slowly crumble. And now you just don't have the dudes in that you, on a regular basis, that you are depending on. That's why I think they're inconsistent, because the lineup has been and the arms have been. So I just simplified it.
Yeah. I think, and technically we've had this conversation a million times, and you've made this point also. I think part of the reason is just how they're built, right? With like when you're home run reliant, and then when you're home run reliant and also Munoz isn't quite as great and Castillo isn't as great. You know what I mean? Like and then you're dealt injuries. Oh, and it's not even that Cal was on pace to give you 35 home runs or 40 home runs. It's that he was giving you kind of nothing for a little while. So yeah, there's a lot of different pieces here at play. How much of it is in their control? How much of it can they fix?
I think all of it is in their control. I think as a manager, the guys making decisions on the lineups or whatnot, you can control, once you have all your guys, right, you can control a consistent lineup and maybe just going with the hot hand and not worrying about matchups or whatnot. As players, what you can't control the most, I feel like, is just defensively. Defensively being fundamentally sound, being where it's supposed to be, and making the plays you're supposed to make. In the box, it's just being patient and not feeling like you have to win the game yourself. Easier said than done, because I want guys to want to step in the box and be like, I got this, boys. Follow me. I'll lead us to the promised land. But that's not exactly what you need all the time. What we need to do is get back to hitting the long ball. That is who this team is now. We've known that. Last couple of seasons now, this is who they are. I know people want to see small ball, and that's all fine and dandy. You mentioned it earlier, but if you do play small ball, that means that you're going to take some risks on the bags, and guys are going to get caught up from time to time. They can fix it, and this is about the time, late June, early July is when they go on their run typically. So I said this last week. Their goal now is just to stay above water, stay above 500. You got to lead on the A's right now, the A's and the Texans. Or Texans. Goodness gracious, every time.
It's at this point, I just let you say Texans because I know that you mean Rangers.
The Texas Rangers. And his hold. I heard Brock say this morning, William Wallace, hold, just hold on tight.
R.I.P.
Wait for backup to show up.
Yeah.
When the police radar, put it back up. I'm on, we just got back from road trip. I need backup. Wait for that backup. All right.
Here's the latest on Andres Munoz.
Talking to Munoz in passing yesterday, what he said was it's nothing to worry about. But he also didn't want to have an on the record interview because he hadn't really gathered what he thought was enough information to speak on it. And some of that's understandable. He came out in the 8th inning. They're packing up all their stuff to get on the plane, cross country flight. So, that's understandable. But nonetheless, it's a lower back situation that he dealt with 2 years ago and pitched through. He never went on the IL, but it certainly impacted him at certain points in that season. So, is there a cause for concern about, wanting to get him some additional rest, whether that's a 2-week stretch on the IL or, it was his first outing in 6 days, too. So, he has been getting rest in between relief appearances. So,
I don't know if it means an IL stint, but if it means at the very least rest, and you also don't have Brash, Bump, that's some pressure on your starters and on your offense to make things easier for guys like Bizzardo.
It's all connected, right? You need your starter to go deep. You need your middle reliever to do what he's supposed to do, or maybe don't need him. Maybe he's so far in the game that you just go to your closer. It's all a domino effect, right? You start leaning on each other a bit more because of injuries, man. And injuries is something you just can't control. It's unfortunate. The timing of it matters. So you need a Cole Emerson to continue the ball. You need a Cole Young to do his thing. Whether it's Ref Schneider. Did I see Wisdom got sent down?
Yes.
Wisdom got sent down. Yeah. Which was interesting, sending Wisdom down over Ref Schneider. I get why, because of the matchup. He's supposed to be better against lefties. Get it? Hasn't been that, but they believe in him.
Yeah, they may very well end up making some roster moves there right now because I think they're at 40 still with 2 guys to call up. I have a question for you, and I almost didn't save us enough time, but let's say Munoz does go on the IL or is just dealing with some lower back stuff and you're a little concerned. Matt Brash is already on the IL. Spire has come off of it, but still kind of getting into the swing of things.
I already know what to do. Now, here's my question. Would you want to wait to see more from your team before you made an aggressive trade to add to your bullpen? Like, would you want to be like, before I deal this prospect I love for bullpen help, I want to make sure this can be a World Series offense? Or would you just do it now? Would you think, I need to do it. I need to give them the shot? Not touching Cade.
No. I'm talking about just other prospects. Would you need to see more?
I think I need to see more. I think there's things you can do within the roster, too. I think it's finally time that Castillo goes to the pen. Send him to the pen and let him work out his stuff there. And it's more of you just need him in the pen. Mm-hmm. And this is the time to do it. If you're going to do it, it's like, listen, rock. We need you in the pen because of our current situation. Instead of making it feel like he's getting kicked to the curb and being demoted. It's like, no, we actually need you in the pen right now. Easier way for him to get there.
What I need to know coming your way at 1:45. You can get those questions in now, though. Any question that you have top of mind, text it now, 866-979-3776. Coming up next, one NFL reporter ranked divisions by quarterback talent. You'll be surprised to see where the NFC West landed.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
What does baseball and Klein Jewelers have in common? Diamonds, of course. Hi, Andy Klein here. Sure, we love baseball, but we love diamonds even more. Why? Because our diamonds sparkle and last longer than 9 innings. Every diamond is hand-selected for maximum brilliance, quality, and value. Klein Jewelers by the Fountain in downtown Edmonds also has a big selection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond and gemstone fashion jewelry, and one-of-a-kind custom designs. Swing for the fences and shine with Klein.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security,
With burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and local service, our promise to the Puget Sound remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
On October 3rd, Snohomish PUD is hosting the first ever Community Energy Run at the Water Operations Center in Lake Stevens, located on the scenic Centennial Trail. It's a family-friendly 5K where every step supports the Community Energy Fund, helping local families keep the lights on when times get tough. Join the Community Energy Run on October 3rd. Learn more at snowpud.com/run.
Sports fans, you don't have to be a pro athlete to feel like a champion. At Emerald City Athletics, our Champions training program delivers faster, smarter fitness results for every age, every level, every body. And right now, you can try ECA free for 29 days. Boost your energy, build your confidence, become the champion of your life at ECA. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest. Try 29 days free and join for as low as $22 a month. Emerald City Athletics, smarter fitness, real results, champion energy for all.
Listen every morning to Brock and Salk for Need to Know, powered by Marquee Data. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to learn more.
People can see through if it's not genuine. And it's genuine here. The Johnsons always talk about in orientation meeting, their dad and grandpa, they always maintain that it's a people business. We're not here to sell cars and work on cars. That's what we do, but it's really about just helping people. Every month we have a new employee orientation meeting and the Johnsons present. They can't get out to all the stores every day and meet everyone, but at least they get to shake hands with new employees every month in the orientation meeting. And they tell everyone there's not one car deal or one repair order that is worth tarnishing our reputation and ruining an experience for a customer. That just is really what is instilled.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Mariners roster moves. Patrick Wisdom has been optioned to AAA Tacoma. Reliever Domingo Gonzalez cleared waivers and has been outrighted to AAA Tacoma. The team is expected to see the return of J.P. Crawford and Cal Raleigh early this week. The Mariners have an off day today and then open up a series against the Orioles tomorrow at T-Mobile. First pitch is going to be at 6:40.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. NFL.com's Nick Shook ranked each NFL division by quarterback talent. And I don't mean like 1, 2, 3, 4 with the quarterbacks themselves, but ranking the divisions, number 5, NFC West, whatever it is. NFC West was not number 5. Now, when I told you this, because I told you during the break, where did you first assume the NFC West would land?
Oh, man. I would say at least 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you thought top 2. You thought if not 1, then they're 2.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the AFC West. Now, headlined obviously by Patrick Mahomes. We got Justin Herbert there, Bo Nix. I mean, the Broncos were just the number 1 seed. And then Kirk Cousins / Fernando Mendoza. I'm going to round out the top 5. Number 3 is the NFC East. Dak Prescott, Jackson Dart, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. Number 4, the NFC North. God, great divisions. Caleb Williams, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, and then the battle between Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy. And number 5 is the AFC North. I thought they would be a little higher with Lamar. But you know what? It's just Lamar and Joe kind of carrying it at this point because Aaron Rodgers is 49 years old. He's not.
I forgot he's coming back.
Yeah. And then Deshaun Watson / Shedeur Sanders fighting that. You are right. The NFC West is number one. Obviously, you have Matthew Stafford, reigning MVP, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, reigning Super Bowl champ, and Jacoby Brissett, the Arizona Cardinals, just kind of tagging along for fun with this conversation.
Where was the NFC East?
NFC East was 3.
I was going to say, yeah, they had to be up there.
Yeah. So top 3, NFC East, AFC West, and the NFC West. Now, I know that Matthew Stafford is carrying part of this, having won a Super Bowl, technically, but
He
back
did.
in 2021.
Yep.
But having just won MVP, and that is part of the conversation. But I did appreciate that Shook took time to say, Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl. Like, this is a good quarterback. Here's my question. Is this like Matthew Stafford doing a lot of heavy lifting, or could we start to see Sam Darnold break into some of those top 10 lists for quarterbacks for other writers?
Matthew is definitely doing more of the lifting than Sam Darnold.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
But I wouldn't say it's equivalent to what it possibly could have been at the beginning of the season. I would say if we're just splitting the pie, Matt's probably taking like 50% of it. 40% of it. We'll give Sam 25 to 30% of it. And then Purdy and Jacoby can split their pizza. Yeah. But no, Matthew Stafford, you can't, he has been in this league for over a decade, has been one of the better quarterbacks for over a decade. Just got an MVP at 37 years of age, won a Super Bowl. If you were to start a team right now and you had to pick out of the NFC, any quarterback in the NFC, as they stand right now to win for next year, you're probably taking Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, and I don't mean long term because I know that already before looking at the text line, there's obviously a 30-second delay, so I just know that these texts are coming. There's going to be people, but he's old, and I totally get it. And I totally get the frustration with the Rams being so heavily favored against Seattle, despite Seattle just having won a Super Bowl. I have ranted about it a ton. But Bump's right. If you were just looking at who's right now this year going to give you the most consistent, and this is assuming they're all healthy. I know Matthew Stafford's 38, but anyone could tear their ACL tomorrow. So assuming, I'm just saying, you're going to get a knock for age, and that cliff is coming for any quarterback approaching his 40s. But it also is anyone could get hurt. Matthew Stafford could get hurt, but it's a steep fall off from MVP to being absolutely horrendous. I think there's going to be some middle ground there where he's just pretty elite. and unfortunately for Seattle, it might be this year. I guess it's, look, ultimately what this is to me is just a conversation about whether Sam Darnold's going to get some respect and what that respect looks like. That's why this is interesting to me.
He's definitely gained respect. He's won a Super Bowl. He took care of the ball in the playoffs. He had 4 game-winning drives last year. Why wouldn't you respect this dude? Second year in a row, he's won 14 regular season games. Proved that it's not a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
Did it with 2 different teams at that, 2 different coordinators.
Yeah.
Yeah, he better have some respect.
Yeah, you can't. That's a good point. You can't just keep saying, well, the Seahawks defense. Well, Vikings did have a great defense, but you win that much. Only one other quarterback has won that many regular season games across 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And his name rhymes with Ron Brady. It's Tom Brady. And that's good company to have. Let's see. Oh, before we keep this conversation going, you want to guess which one was worst? Which division had the worst quarterback talent? According to Nick Shook, this is all
right, let me
subjective.
Let me look.
You could.
Oh, NFC South.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, NFC South all day.
Yeah, it's the NFC South with Michael Penix, Bryce Young, Tyler Shuck, Baker Mayfield. I think Tyler Shuck could be pretty good.
I think he could. I think he can be good, but I also think that he's going to need more help. Defensively, he'll need more help. Offensively, but you watch him play. The young man, he can go. Don't sleep on him.
Yeah. AFC South, by the way, was second worst. So I knew it was a toss-up. I was like, one of these two is going to be it with
what's wrong with the South, man? South is tripping.
C.J. Stroud, Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Cam Ward. I think the idea is there's a lot of talent here without a lot of proven track record stuff.
Who'd you give Indy to? Who's your quarterback over there?
What do you mean?
Danny Dimes?
Danny Dimes.
Is he going to be healthy? Is he ready for the season? Do we know?
I don't think so. That was midway through the season Achilles tear?
Yeah,
I wouldn't think he's ready to go week
Who's their
one.
QB over there? They got Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
They haven't traded him, huh?
Again.
He dotted himself in the eye, though, with that band. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's good.
That was pretty serious,
Yeah.
apparently. I don't know who it was. Maybe
He's
it
good
was
now.
Pat McAfee who got that report, but that's an entire division based just on like a ton of potential, including with Anthony Richardson.
They're like toddlers, you know. Everyone has potential as a toddler.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you grow and you're like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
AFC East is number 6 with Josh Allen leading the pack, but also Malik Willis with Miami, which I keep forgetting about that signing, Drake May, and then Geno Smith. So I don't know. I think I would expect that as we start to see the season approach and those top 10 quarterback rankings and a look ahead, the Rams will continue to be favored. I will not be surprised by it, nor should anyone else. I think we will see Sam.
And don't be
get
offended.
some
Just be
more love.
motivated.
Yeah.
You know,
That's how the
just be
players feel.
motivated, yeah.
That's how they seem to feel.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't think Sam needs to prove he's the absolute best quarterback in this division. You should be allowed to say that Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback, but also that Sam Darnold, getting back to our earlier conversation, has just been a winner over the last 2 years.
You ever? You're probably not a big like boxing or UFC fan,
First
right?
of all, how dare you?
Okay, I'm pretty sure you're not, but it's fine.
You don't know me.
A little bit.
I'm not.
And you know, you have your favorites going into every fight.
Mhm.
This guy has won, this, that, and the third. Like I remember when Adesanya, when he was in his prime, I'm thinking no one can beat this guy. He's favored to win every single fight he gets into. Then all of a sudden, you get clipped on the chin and things happen. That's who Sam Darnold is. It's like he's going into the fight knowing that Matthew Stafford is the guy. But look, I didn't beat him twice already with my defense and my specials. But I've shown that I can stand in there toe to toe, and if I'm supported, we can beat him. So you can be individually more talented than the other person, but we know, especially in this game, it's a collective.
Yeah,
this is a collective effort.
And
Yeah.
I'm thinking back to what Brock said with us when we were asking him, you know, how do you become a winner? Are you just born with this kind of mentality? And he said some guys just have it, and other guys have to kind of earn it and learn it over time. And Sam kind of falls into the latter. I don't think that 5 years ago anyone would have said of Sam Darnold, he's just a winner. But how can you say anything else over the last 2 years?
You can't.
That's not just chance. That's not luck. That's not on accident. It also doesn't mean that he's the best quarterback in football. That's kind of a pointless conversation to have about him. A more interesting one is like, has he learned to be a winner? And what is it about him that's allowed him to do that?
He's definitely learned. I think hearing about his off season, right, how he meets with psychiatrists or whatnot and tries to understand or understands now just how to get over bad moments. I told you I've watched every interception he's thrown the past 2 years, and only once did I see him really react, and it was against the Commanders. Cody White is running a shallow cross, and he kind of throws it behind him, and he goes down to his knees for 0.5, and then he's up. I'm like, all right, his training clicked in. Nope, can't do that. All right, got to get back up, and let's get going. And I think that's so huge, man, is understanding that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to mess up. You're not going to throw 40 touchdowns and no interceptions. That'd be great. I think the closest we saw was Aaron Rodgers with like 40 and 4 or something like that.
Crazy ratio there.
Like, stupid. But being able to bounce back is what I think gives him the edge on a lot of other quarterbacks at this point of his career. Because imagine it when a guy like Kyler Murray throws an interception. Like, it is the end of the world. His face says it. His body language shows it. And that stuff rubs off on your team. So for Sam to be able to be okay with himself and the mistakes that he's inevitably going to make, I think is huge.
Let's get to some stepping away from just a Sam conversation, because we have a couple questions on the text line about some of these other quarterbacks. We've now just opened it up to some quarterback talk. And again, we're going to get to 4 down territory. We will get back to the Seahawks in like 3 minutes, but we have some questions here. The NFC South was the worst division. We had someone texting in saying, do you think Tua Tagovailoa, who's kind of that insurance behind Michael Penix coming back from a torn ACL, Do you think he could just earn the job outright from Penix?
I think he could, and that's the messed up part.
Interesting.
I really think that he could. You got two lefties over there. Also, that's big. You got two lefties, receivers. Because sometimes when we go from a lefty to a righty to a lefty, the spin of the ball kind of messes with you a little bit. But I think he could, because the thing that he has on Penix is that he's put together a decent season in the NFL, a good enough season to where he's going to get $50 million a year. With Penix, he still hasn't proven that yet. So I think that if Penix were to get the start and they were to stumble a little bit, you're going to be looking over your shoulder saying, well, there's another lefty here who has shown that he can put up some numbers in this league.
You said, look, when we're talking about Matthew Stafford's ranking in the NFC in general, it's if you were just building a team where they have to win this year, he's probably the quarterback you'd choose.
Yeah.
There are some other names, and this is in the NFC only. So not Mahomes, not Josh Allen, not Lamar, not anyone else, just in the NFC. Is there anyone else that could top that list? Because you had a couple people texting in going, whoa, what about Jordan Love? What about Caleb Williams? A couple other guys. And of course, texting in about Sam Darnold as well. So I guess what I'm asking is, who's number 2 then?
Behind Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, because I think
in the
maybe
NFC.
That's more interesting.
In the NFC right now.
In the NFC right now.
Behind Matthew Stafford.
Behind Matthew Stafford.
It's
still in the West.
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
Is it?
Yeah, Sam. In the NFC, yes.
In the NFC.
I'll take him over Caleb.
Not
I'll take
Brock
him
Purdy,
over
not
Love.
Caleb. You'll take
I'll
him over
over
Caleb?
Purdy. Yeah. Caleb ain't won yet. He's won.
That's true.
My dude has won. What other quarterback other than Jalen Hurts is the other quarterback who's won a Super Bowl in this conference?
Yeah.
That's it. And I'll take Sam or Jalen.
So if you were building a team, now this sounds
See, now
stupid.
if I'm building, now we're different. Now we're talking about.
No, sorry. If for this year. So I'm not looking long term. I'm talking about 2026.
There's only one other person I would consider if
Okay.
it's not Matthew
Can
Stafford.
I guess?
Yeah.
Jordan Love.
No.
No, sorry. If it's not Matthew Stafford or Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Is Jordan Love?
Nah. There's one more I'd take over him.
Jalen. Caleb?
Yep. I'd take Caleb. He paints his nails, so I just
Oh, yeah. The nails. Yeah, I think that's a fair list. It is an interesting climb Sam Darnold has made, because I think, look, if you're somewhere out there thinking Sam Darnold is the absolute best quarterback in football, that's fantastic. I think it's interesting enough that the idea of him being the second best in the NFC is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think that that's an interesting conversation.
That's changed, because last year to start the season,
It was not.
Wouldn't be on my
Absolutely.
top 5.
No, and I don't think for most people he'd be there at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, enough quarterback talk. Let's get to some Seahawks talk here with 4 Down territory.
This is 4 Down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down was a great example of a bounce back story.
First, let me respond to 706. He says, or she says, the Jared Goff disrespect is crazy. You mean to tell me you'll pick Jared Goff right now over Sam Darnold? Would you pick Goff over Darnold right now?
No,
No.
not right now.
No.
2 years ago, I probably would have.
All right.
Obviously.
Let's make sure I ain't tripping. All right. First down. Comeback story. Hakeem Butler was drafted by the Cardinals in 2019 in the 4th round. He's a receiver. Bounced around the league. Panthers, Steelers, Bengals, Eagles. Just got signed by the Broncos, but got signed out of the UFL. This is why you need these summer leagues. If it wasn't for this summer league, he'd be done. He'd be at home, thinking about his next career, maybe trying to get into broadcasting, maybe selling insurance, maybe work for Enterprise. Who knows, right? I've seen football players do a whole bunch of stuff. Instead, he got to get back to work on his game, and get another opportunity. He had 29 catches for 641 yards. That's 22 yards per reception. He was the offensive player of the year in that league. This is why you need that league. I heard attendance is down, but viewership is up. I hope it remains profitable, because this is going to continue to happen. You're going to get a guy who turns like 25, 26 and just figures it out. Like, you know what? Now I'm ready for the show again. So, yes, I love hearing stories like this.
So many takes coming in about who you'd build around in the NFC and who you'd pick for this year. Let's get to the. We're going to get back to it at 1:30, so you can keep texting in your answers. Second down. What's being labeled as a competition, but you think is already decided?
Yeah, in Cleveland, we know who the quarterback's going to be. We know who it's going to be. It's going to be Deshaun Watson. Someone got mad. Let me give y'all texters just some insight. Y'all be getting so mad sometimes and taking stuff way out of context. I said this the first time around. Yeah, let the guy who assaulted all these women get back in the league. It's done. He's in the league. He's gonna play. Like, I understand you might not like him for that, but we're just keeping it straight sports right here. And he's probably gonna be the guy. They're not making the decision based off his crazy off the field stuff.
Well, and you're not saying, and he deserves it or he's going to be great. You're saying, I'm telling you right now, Cleveland is looking at this as a sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, this is how it's going to go down because they paid him so much money. He's going to be the guy. I like the fact that Shedeur is growing in this offense. We're not hearing about Gabriel. We're hearing about Shedeur.
At all. No
Gabriel
Dylan.
got his number
no
jacked. Verse took his number.
I like to think he just took it off his back.
Hey,
he
I
said,
like
that's
to
enough
think
for you.
He just walked over to his locker and took it off the hanger like, yeah, this is mine now, dog. But no, this is the way the NFL works. I've seen guys be better than dudes getting paid $20 million, and he's only getting paid $500,000, and the guy getting paid $20 million is going to play. And Deshaun has had some good years. Will he have a year like he did with the Texans? Probably not. I doubt it. But I hate seeing all these stories about Shedeur Sanders doing all these great things, and he's really in the battle. Stop lying. You know dang well who's going to be the start over there. It is Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. This person said, Stacy reading Bump's mind. You're thinking of a number between 1 and 5. 3. No. 4. 2. 5. No 5. I knew it. It's me as a host. Third down. Who are the winners on this Hawks team?
Everybody are winners, but I want everyone to think of it. Maybe you text in your winning moment that you had with the Hawks this year.
Ooh.
With me, it's Cooper Kupp on that drive to win the ball game. It's Rashid Shaheed taking that punt to the house. It's Rashid Shaheed taking that punt to the house against, was it Atlanta? Atlanta. It's Matthew Stafford putting a drive together, not turning the football over in the playoffs. It's K9 going nuts. All these guys are winners, man, and we're trying to figure out what builds a winner. What does it take to become a winner? You got to rise to the occasion in the moment. And in football, you're going to have multiple guys rise to the occasion. Ernest Jones led the league in interceptions at some point. Devin Witherspoon was so close to being the Super Bowl MVP, in my opinion, with the pressure that he created. Riley Mills got like 10 snaps in the Super Bowl. 1 is for a sack. So what makes it being able to perform at the highest level when your team needs it the most? And we saw that a lot with a whole bunch of different people. Torrey Horton took a punt to the house early in the game. So what was your winning moment if you are last year for the Hawks? You guys text it in and let me know. 866-979-3776. I just love reminiscing on those winning moments and how guys step up in the clutch. Love it.
Fourth down. Earlier in the show, we talked with Brock Heward. Anything stand out from that conversation?
I love the nature versus nurture comparison when it comes to being a winner. Some guys just have it. I mentioned Lofa Tatupu, hang out with him a lot. And his best or his favorite phrase is, not with that attitude. You know, if you say, man, it's hard, I don't know. Not with that attitude, you're not going to do it.
I like doing that for impossible things. Like, Cal's not going to hit 70 home runs. Not with that attitude.
Not with that attitude. And then he also says, too, Lofa would be like, because you're not a champion. Like, someone said something that's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. He goes, because you're not a champion.
I love
like,
that.
It's matter of fact with Lofa.
I'm going to adopt that.
It's ridiculous, and I love it, but that's why this undersized linebacker who went to Maine, transferred to USC, was a quarterback in high school, start off his career with back-to-back-to-back Pro Bowl selections. It all makes sense. Some guys have it like Loaf. Some guys need to be nurtured, like Sam. I would assume Sam had it in high school, had it in college. The Jets jacked it from him. Then he had to get nurtured back into the situation. I think we have guys on this team who just have it. I think Jason has it for sure. I think Ernest has it for sure. A bunch of these guys do. But I also think that it's something that can be taught. But it has to be taught with repetition and believing in yourself. That's why it's so important that you surround yourself with the right coaches. If you can. In the NFL, you get who you get, right? The right coaches and the right people, because they can bring the best out of you. Right now, Egypt is on a breakaway, trying to go up 2-0. Too high. Still 1-0, Egypt up.
I'm obsessed with because you're not a champion, and I'm going to be saying that. So he'll do that for like, oh, Bump, one more beer. No, I shouldn't, because you're not a champion.
Exactly.
Oh,
Because you're
I'm
not
going to
champion.
overuse that way too. I've never won anything in my entire life, and I'm still going to overuse it way too much because you're not a champion.
You're not a champion.
Oh,
Like, oh, I barely missed it because you're not a champion.
because you're just not a champion.
Yeah.
We're playing darts, man.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah, exactly. Championship mentality.
All day.
I love that this conversation, not the LOFA because you're not a champion thing, but the who, what is a winner conversation has dominated so much of today because I like coming to a conclusion at the end of a show. And I think I've settled on truly a mindset that you will get it done.
Yeah.
100% mind over matter. And some people just can't fake that. Like some guys just can't go purely mind over matter.
Lie
I
to
don't know.
yourself.
Huh?
Lie to yourself.
Lying to
You
yourself.
know, every time I line up for a par 3, I'm like, hole in one. And I've done it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. But in my head, I'm like, hole in one. Let's go.
And that's real. Like, I think that the mental control over your mental state's way harder than people realize. I know that I can't do it. And some people just can't. They like flip a switch and they control their mindset. So
It's a beautiful thing.
yeah. Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
I've been talking about my experience being on the Arc Sport, which is a fully electric wake boat, for about 2 months now, and I've had a ton of fun trying it out on the water. It's truly unlike any boat I've ever seen or been in, but instead of just answering questions about it and talking about it endlessly, I think what I'm going to start doing instead is letting you know that you can try it for yourself. It's super easy and it's free. Go to arcboats.com/demo. Fill out the form and get out on the water. A great way to enjoy a sunny week in Seattle. Again, I can talk about features all day long. Heated seats, a retractable tower, touchscreen dashboard, super low maintenance. But you really do have to see and experience this boat for yourself. And you can. Book a demo. It's easy. It's free. Even better, they'll pick you up on Lake Washington, Lake Union, or Lake Sammamish if you can't come to them in Kirkland. Go to arcboats.com/demo, fill out the form, and you'll be out on the water.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends over there at People Come First Construction Group. You know I love my acronyms, PCF. They designed and built our outdoor living space for Molly and I, and we just loved it. And right now, PCF is making it easier than ever to get started on your new dream deck with 50% off your custom professional design and architectural drawing package. That means you can save over $9,000 on your project. And with 12 months of no interest, no payment financing, you can design your deck now and pay later. You know, most people who start with a design package end up with the exact outdoor space they've always wanted and dreamed of. This offer is your first step. Do what we did and contact PCF Construction Group today. Get your project ideas, browse amazing photos, and find all the offer details at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space your favorite place. With People Come First.
What if I told you a local credit union is giving members up to $30 per month just to make everyday purchases? Dave Wyman here, and when I heard about the offer from Harborstone Credit Union, I said, sign me up. And that's what I did at harborstone.com/cash. You know, I'm not a tech-savvy guy, but opening a checking account was easy enough for me to figure out. I got my PNW Cashback checking account for free, no fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. My wife loves it when I get cash back on gas, groceries, coffee, travel, and lunch. All categories count towards your cash back. You can even tap to pay. If you live, work, or worship in the state of Washington, sign up for a membership with Harborstone Credit Union and get the PNW Cashback free checking account. Open your free account online like I did at harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 29 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Do you need a new roof? Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate and secure $500 off your project this summer. Our technicians build a custom plan to ensure a high-quality roof installation every time. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Get ready for soccer's biggest stage. Join Dick's Sporting Goods for a pep rally at Northgate Mall June 19th, featuring a live DJ, activities, and more. Bring the energy and rep the red, white, and blue before kickoff. Dick's Sporting Goods at Northgate Mall, 9 a.m. to noon.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
June is Men's Health Month, and Swedish Cyberknife is encouraging men to talk about their own health with family members and medical professionals. Swedish Cyberknife can effectively treat conditions like prostate cancer, which can run in the family. Swedish Cyberknife requires only 5 short treatments, each lasting less than an hour. To learn more about Cyberknife for prostate cancer treatment, go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
Cyberknife is a registered trademark of Accuray Incorporated and is used with permission.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And summer in Western Washington, you know it means trips to the beach, summer barbecues, little golf, that vacation maybe you've been looking forward to. Well, when you take those pictures this summer, don't you want to look and feel your very best? Eastside Weight Loss Clinic can help, and trust me, you can do this so fast. I lost 15 pounds just in the first 2 weeks, 35 pounds after 8 weeks. How about that? There's time, so what are you waiting for? Schedule a 15-minute, no-obligation consultation right now at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Here's what to expect. Safe, healthy, sustainable weight loss, no exercise, no pills, no injections, no surgery. You're eating all real food that you buy at the grocery store. You will lose weight, and you will look and feel your very best. That feeling, it's just on the other end of your 15-minute consult. What's the secret? You'll find out in only 15 minutes with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Schedule your quick intro today at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Your property is almost perfect, if it wasn't for that troublesome tree or stump. Stop looking at it and mowing around it. P&D Tree Service will remove it for you. If it's 1 tree or 15 trees, a small yard, or land clearing, P&D Tree will do it safely and quickly, turning multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. They'll clear trees and stumps away from homes, leaving a clean yard to enjoy. They specialize in large tree removal. Ever seen a tree removed by crane? PNDTreeService.com.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for what I need to know coming your way at 1:45, but I could use those questions. 866-979-3776. Sports, non-sports, doesn't matter. Just something kind of top of mind. You need to know the answer to. 866-979-3776. We had a couple takes coming in when we were having that quarterback conversation.
1-1, Belgium, Egypt. OG Lukaku comes in the game. They cross it to him legit a minute or two into the game. He's been in. They cross it to him. They're counting it as an own goal by Egypt, but that was created by Lukaku. If he wasn't there, then that wouldn't have happened.
Isn't it weird knowing the World Cup's here?
1-1. Yeah, it's like that's where the Hawks play.
That's right there. Like we're
down the street.
We're 15 minutes from that.
Yeah. So 1-1. Got a game on our hands, folks.
We had a couple people, so we were debating. There's 2 separate debates here, really, and I should clarify that. One was you have to pick a quarterback in the NFC to win this year. Who do you pick? And then the other was, well, what if you have to win long term? And that's where people were kind of debating.
I like it.
If you have to win this year, you and I both said, so I'm not leaving you on an island. You and I both said Matthew Stafford. Mm-hmm. If you're looking at just quarterback talent, just what someone can do. Sam's a winner. But look, if you have to choose, we put Sam Darnold number 2, Matthew Stafford 1. What if it was the other debate? What if it's building around someone? Because now I got someone saying, what about Dak Prescott? What about Jared Goff?
Dak don't win.
Does Dak not win, or do the Cowboys not win? Because last time I checked, that defense was part of the problem too.
Dak don't win.
Dak was fine. Dak did enough.
How many yards he put up last year?
Total, Dak?
What do you think?
4,000.
See what your perception of
Daiquiri
is.
Okay. Daiquiri. Strawberry daiquiri. Okay, I'm going to say I think it's less than I think. 3,800 yards and
touchdowns?
29 touchdowns.
And interceptions?
9.
And completion percentage?
67.
67. You got that right.
Hey.
4,500. So you were closer the first time around. 30, you were close to every touchdown.
Yeah, I said 29.
And 10, you were there. You were close.
Okay, so I'm a genius.
So you pretty much know ball.
So I actually know ball.
You pretty much know ball.
I like Dak Prescott as a choice.
No, Dak was balling last year.
I do agree with you, though. I'm pushing back just to be ornery. Dak does not close games out. No, I shouldn't say that. Dak has not proven he can win in Dallas, and maybe that's unfair.
It is, kind of.
But, hey, Cowboys, sorry. All of you kind of have this burden right now that you can't get the job done.
Isn't he getting like $60 million a year, too?
Yes.
You know?
He's getting a lot of money.
He's got weapons, but you're right. That defense has to be better. And, you know, they this draft, I think after this year, I give Dak 1 or 2 more years. If he can't get it done with this group that they're bringing in, then they might have to move on. But, nah, I'm still taking a couple before Dak, though.
Jordan Love.
J Love, yeah. I like J Love. Caleb combined with Ben Johnson, I think is something special. Caleb with anybody else, I don't know. But Caleb with Ben Johnson, I mean, he can do whatever.
What makes him special?
He's the most talented thrower of the football in the NFL right now. Him and Pat Mahomes are the most talented throwers of the football.
What is it he can do that other people can't do?
It's putting velocity on the ball when physics tells you there shouldn't be that much velocity on the football because of the way that you're drifting, the way that your feet are.
Throwing across your body, running out
yeah,
of
it's
pocket
like
kind of thing.
all the stuff that's pulling you left and you're throwing it right and it's still on the rope. He has to get all these other things down, which I saw more of last year under center, being on time and all that good stuff. But just purely just throwing the football, it's Mahomes and it's him, in my opinion.
So if it was long-term and someone said, okay, Bump, take your franchise quarterback and think for the next 5 seasons you get one NFC quarterback, you'd go Caleb?
Yeah. Going Caleb. Ask me before last year, I'll go Jordan Love.
Why Caleb? Well, I guess I know why Caleb. Why is Jared Goff not part of this conversation at all? You did have one angry texter.
Yeah, it was mad.
Well, why is Jared Goff not part of it? Are we thinking about Jared Goff the same way other people do about Sam Darnold and we get so defensive about it?
Jared Goff completed 68% of his passes. This is why this texter is mad. I ain't mad that you mad. Trust. 4,500 yards.
He's better than Dak.
34 touchdowns. 8 interceptions.
Come on.
Disrespect is low-key messed up.
We'd be saying the same thing about Jared that we're saying about Sam right now.
Yeah.
Minus him being a winner because they didn't win the way Seattle did. But you'd be like, well, is that Jared or is that the defense? Is that a banged-up Lions team? Is that a Lions team with a tougher schedule?
Here's why Jared isn't getting the love that he probably deserves. My man don't move. He don't move. He is the old-school pocket passer. When he runs, it looks like it hurts. And when you look at all these other guys, right, Dak can get you out of trouble. Let's just go off of NFC East. All 4 of these quarterbacks will get you out of trouble. Dak, Dart, Hurts, Daniels. NFC North, 3 out of 4 of these guys will get you out of trouble. Caleb, Love, Murray/McCarthy. NFC South, all these guys are getting you out of trouble. Penix or Tua. Penix might be low-key a pocket passer, though. He go. Tua, actually, Penix and Tua pocket passers.
I was going to say,
there.
I don't actually think Penix is like a mobile quarterback.
Y'all said both of them dudes can move, but not like other
not
dudes.
like that.
Bryce can buy some time. Shuck will for sure. Baker will for sure. And then in our division, everybody can get you out of trouble.
How much more mobile is Sam Darnold than Jared Goff?
A lot more mobile than Jared
That's
Goff.
how bad it is?
Stacey, his body's built like a swimmer.
More natural runner, Jared Goff or Luke Raley?
Oh, Luke Raley.
What?
It's violent. It
is violent. It's aggressive.
He's eating grass.
He runs like he wants to punch you in the face. What'd someone say? Someone tweeted he runs
he helps the world turn when he runs. He's digging into the earth, helping the world turn.
Oh, no.
How many rush yards do you think
Jared Goff
has in his career? He's been in the league since 2016.
324.
596.
Oh, dang. See,
Wow.
I went a little extreme because I thought that this would be a number that shocked me.
Last year, he had 45 yards rushing.
2 good running backs, good offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just, is Goff worthy of building a team around? I think he's proven that he is, right? He's been consistent in this league. He's been to a Super Bowl, hasn't won. But I think that we're transitioning to this different kind of quarterback, and he is some of the last one of the last ones.
Last unicorn.
It's like he didn't cross the strait when it was frozen over during the Ice Age.
Yeah.
They stayed, and
But
we're
he's
crossing it. We're crossing it. You know what I'm saying?
That's really sad. It
He's
is. It's like
staying.
he's the last dinosaur.
He's it.
Or when they're like, oh, this is the last of this whale species, and it goes around singing its song, trying to attract other whales, but it's never going to find another whale. That's so sad.
But
Jared Goff is never going to find another whale.
But that whale is a great hunter. You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
it's a good thing that whale
It
is.
eats
though.
krill. Someone said, is he more mobile than Tom Brady?
No.
Come on. Stop.
He's not.
You don't believe that.
I do believe that. He's not.
Tom Brady,
Thomas.
Peyton Manning. Don't.
Yes, he's
Okay.
more than Peyton Manning. Have you seen Peyton Manning's high
Peyton
school
Manning's a
tape,
Hall of
though?
Famer.
His high school tape?
Yeah.
He was getting
No, I have
busy,
not.
low-key. He looked like Arch.
Is it in black and white?
No, it's not. He's my age. Maybe older. He's gotta be older.
He's definitely older than you. Peyton Manning?
Yeah, right? He's got to be older.
Yes. What was he, class of 98?
Yeah, you're right.
99?
You're right,
Yeah.
you're right.
What are you Give
You're
yourself
right.
some credit
All
there.
right, thank you.
Yeah.
You got me by like 6.
You got it, buddy. Yeah, I didn't realize that Jared, I will say this, I did not realize his numbers were as good
Me neither.
as they were.
Me neither.
I
Maybe
need
because
to put a
their
little more
record
respect.
wasn't great.
I need to put, and here's the thing that I also need to do. I'm officially rooting for Jared Goff to get a rushing touchdown early. I want a Jared
the
Goff
one.
scramble. I want a Jared Goff scramble out of the pocket, throw on the run, and then get a rushing touchdown later.
All right.
I need that game like I need oxygen.
Yo, he put up those numbers and they were 9-8. It wasn't his fault.
No. Someone said Goff has more playoff wins than Dak.
Dang, that's what's up.
The Dak Cowboys thing.
You still
remains-
taking, all right, he has more playoff wins than Dak. Who you taking, Dak or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff, because I have
Stop
seen
it.
Jared Goff
No,
overcome
you're
an
not.
absolutely atrocious
You are not
game where
taking
he
Jared
threw
Goff.
5 interceptions, and they still won that game.
Hey,
and we've been talking
you just-
all day about how winners
just reading the room.
have a winner mentality.
You're just reading the room.
Nope. I think
You're not taking Jared Goff over Dak. You are not doing it. You know it. Even though you probably should. We probably should, but we're not going to do it.
but because of the mobility. It's because
That's
of the
it.
mobility.
That's it. That is it. And he looks like he doesn't lift any weights.
Now
No
we're
weights.
being
No
a
weights.
little harsh.
No weights.
He is hitting his protein goals.
My man has a barbecue low-key beer belly down there.
You know, you hit your 30s and life's a little bit different.
I feel you.
It's a little different. Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. And for 104 years, Wayscar Ford has treated their customers a very special way. The Wayscarf way. Stacy here, and I've personally felt that. I've driven my new Ford Bronco Sport from Wayscar Ford for over a year now. First of all, I loved getting it. It was exciting, stress-free, loved driving it. But each time I brought it in because of a minor bump or service, their team has been friendly and polite. They explained each vehicle they sell includes a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty. It covers your engine, transmission, rear end, and also seal and gaskets for any of those components. If it's four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive like my Bronco, the warranty covers the transfer case as well. I always leave Wayscar Ford with a smile on my face. And you should too, with rates as low as 3.99 on approved credit, no payments until football season to help you save even more. It's better than the employee discount. It's the family discount, and it's only at Wayscar Ford in Auburn. WayscarFord.com. That's WayscarFord.com.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spell book.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one. Because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-360-0681 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-360-0681. That's 800-360-0681. What do you have to lose? Call 800-360-0681. Again, 800-360-0681.
Get ready. Seattle Soccer Fever is taking over. Join us at noon on Friday, June 19th at Muckleshoot Casino Resort as the U.S. men's national team takes the field. Brought to you by Seattle Sports. Plus, don't miss your chance to meet a Seattle Sports on-air personality who'll be on site with exclusive giveaways all game long. You could win a 2-year lease on a Mini Cooper from Seattle BMW Mini. And the first 200 guests get a free hot dog and chips. Be there June 19th at Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know. 866-979-3776. What I need to know. Is it rude to remind someone we've already met? You want to say, well, you weren't memorable enough. Don't give me that excuse for your poor memory. Now I'm the jerk because I've told you we already met? No.
No, nothing wrong with that. Well, we met already. This is the way you say it.
Yeah.
You can't be, like, mean about it.
No, and look, here's the deal. The other person is going to assume you're being passive-aggressive. because that has happened to me. I'm horrible with faces and names. And if someone was wearing a hat the first time and isn't the second time, I'm horrible with telling the difference. So whenever someone said, "Oh, we've met already," I do feel bad, but don't let that okay, then just, "Oh God, I'm so duh." You just play it off or whatever. So if anyone's being rude about it, it's just because they feel defensive.
Yeah.
Like they feel like they're being a bad person or you're being passive aggressive, but it is very okay to say, "Oh, we've actually met."
That's why I say nice to see you whenever I meet somebody, just in case I met them before.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Good to see you. Yeah. How you been? You good?
Yeah.
All right, give my brain a good 30 seconds to figure this out.
I'm not good with this. Just give it a second.
Yeah.
So no, it is not rude to remind someone you've already met.
Nah, just don't be a you-know-what about it.
Yeah, don't be too offended.
Yeah.
Now, if they start doing it multiple times,
Yeah. And then, too, if you're out drinking and stuff, sometimes you just forget.
You just forget.
Yeah.
What I need to know. We were talking a lot about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys and why the Cowboys haven't won and if Dak's just not a winner. Someone said, how good would Sam Darnold be if he played for the Cowboys? And I'm going to add on, they didn't ask, but I'm going to add on, is there a quarterback that would take the Cowboys to a Super Bowl right now? I don't think Sam Darnold would have as many wins with the Cowboys.
I think there's only two that could. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. That's it.
Yeah, and even then, that defense allowed a ton of points. They got better with Quinnen Williams, and I think they'll be better this year overall, adding Caleb. They've got some good pieces.
Yeah, they got some.
But, I don't know. I have a really hard time separating Dak from the Cowboys and figuring out whose fault is which when they don't win.
We just ran his numbers. Those are winning numbers right there.
Yeah, but there's also another year where he led the league in interceptions.
Well, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
Going off his last year. Don't be going all Sam Darnold hater, okay? You got to focus on the recent.
I am not a Sam Darnold hater.
I mean, that's the thinking of a Sam Darnold hater.
Yeah, that I'm looking too far back. What I need to know, Bump, have you watched any of the World Cup games in Spanish?
What?
Way more exciting.
Yeah, I have actually. At first I was mad because I couldn't figure out how to get to English. I clicked on.
And then you realized.
Telemundo. I'm like, dang, they didn't get the English version. That's all right. Nice run there. Shot and goal.
You said I'm going back to Spanish.
I'm like, man, yeah. I'll go back and forth actually.
Yeah, I need to learn more sayings, specifically British sayings, because they have I don't know. I was going to give examples, but soccer is just such a huge part of culture there, absolutely massive and entrenched in pop culture that there's so many sayings I'm not saying because I need to learn them. What I need to know is Brian Wu an all-star?
His last outing was not good, was it?
No, it was not.
I think he is. I mean, out of all of our starters, he's been the most consistent, but Bryce is on his butt right now. I think we got one right now. It's probably just Julio. With Randy standing next to Mike, it should be me.
I know his last outing wasn't great either, but I think Emerson has probably made a better case.
Yeah.
What I need to know, with Indiana winning the college football playoff and the Knicks ending a 50-plus year drought, what NFL Cinderella story would you want to see? 12 teams have never won a Super Bowl.
I'd want to see the Hawks go back-to-back.
Well, no, Cinderella.
I know, but I have to say that first.
You can't. Okay.
All right, so now Cinderella.
Now it's Cinderella.
Jets.
Oh, yeah. It's
Jets.
Do you know how insane New York would be?
What? I wouldn't even like it then.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks, I like it. But if the Jets were to do it too, I'd be like, all right, y'all doing too much.
Turn to Jets fan. You guys are spoiled. Okay, honorary mention, in addition to the Jets, which have just been absolutely abysmal, would be the Lions.
Yeah.
Detroit for sure.
See, you could get with the Lions. You would be happy for them.
What about the Bills, man?
Yeah.
Still never won.
They've been there 4 times, too. 4 times in a row.
Yes. Still never won.
Yeah.
You don't think Josh Allen's ever going to win one?
No. I don't think he is. I think he will go down as one of he's our generation's Dan Marino.
Vikings have never won. Cardinals have never won. Cardinals aren't going to be close to one this year. I think a realistic Cinderella candidate this year would be either the Bills. Maybe if the Vikings are spectacular with Kyler Murray.
Bills ain't Cinderella, though, because they're good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They just haven't won. Yeah, it's definitely the Jets, and then runner-up the Browns and the Lions. Yeah. What I need to know, specifically for Bump, but all of you can answer, what ideas can you come up with to convince soccer haters to like the sport enough to watch the World Cup, especially Mike Salk?
Salk does not like the World's game at all. He was actually in Culver City, where I grew up, texting me he's watching the game and just having a horrible time.
Yeah.
What can we do? I don't know, man. It's an acquired taste. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I would encourage people to not just follow the ball.
Yeah.
Right? Like try to look a move ahead of the ball. You can see the creativity. And then just look at the passion. These are the most passionate fans you'll ever see in your life. But if you don't like it, you don't like it. You can't force anybody to like it.
I think I can get into almost any sport, too, depending on liking a story. And I don't mean feel-good underdog, but if I have context, it's more exciting. If you tell me, this team qualified for the very first time ever, and they've actually got this superstar that's absolutely unreal and was on loan, but then decided to play for this country, right? If I have context that makes it really cool, or earlier Bump gave NFL team comparisons for the different teams, that just adds a little bit of context into this team right now is rolling.
Here's why you should like the U.S. even more. Trying to say his name right, Balogun. They jacked his name up during the broadcast, so I'm trying to do better. He's the striker who scored twice for the U.S. He was born in the U.S. on accident. His mom was so pregnant, he was born in Brooklyn. And she's Nigerian. He could have played for Nigeria or England. He decided to play for the U.S. There you go. There you go, Salk. There's your story.
I didn't know that's who it was. I heard part of that story being told, but I didn't know which player.
And he dropped 2 goals first game.
We lucked out. We really lucked out.
You hear him talking I'd love to play for the United States of America.
Yeah, we got him, folks.
He's ours.
They said, you're not allowed on that plane. There's a superstar. that baby has to be born on American soil. And look at him now.
Look at him.
We have many, many days to preview this one coming up on Friday. Wyman and Bob coming your way next.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. For the Puget Sound, that means local service including burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and custom security designed to work with business operations. Bay Alarm has real people rooted in your community looking out for your business. After 8 decades and 3 generations of family ownership, our promise is still the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Carrie injured her back years ago. This is her story.
My herniated disc was so significant that they did the first surgery, the laminectomy and a microdiscectomy. The first surgery failed, and I ended up with another herniated disc, which is pretty typical that herniations just move up your spine. The doctor was recommending another fusion surgery, so I researched alternative therapies. Sound Pain Solutions developed a plan that included bioelectric therapy, laser therapy, decompression, pressure wave therapy, in addition to rehab. Once we started that comprehensive approach, it went phenomenally. They honestly have given me my life back, and I'm happy to help other patients find sound pain solutions sooner.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
Let's talk about your hair. Well,
maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you, guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
I think it's really important for salespeople to hold each other accountable. In particular, like more seasoned salespeople, guys that we've had around now. One of the deals we have that is kind of a unique of the Lee Johnson Auto family is we have really long tenured employees. I mean, long-term people.
The LJ way.
And we tell them when we're interviewing, we're looking for someone who wants a home. Someone that's career-oriented, because we do have upward mobility. So you get longer-term employees here, and the longer term they are, the more they're empowered to hold their peers accountable, right? In my eyes, it's just a reflection of the people that we've put in place around them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Spring is a season homeowners start improving their homes. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. If your home needs roofing, siding, new windows, gutters, or decking, our team can take care of it all. For a limited time, save up to $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows project. Planning multiple upgrades? Combine your projects and save even more. Or with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. You can start your project now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Dave Wyman here, and the folks at Bellevue Rare Coins say higher prices have enticed more Americans to cash out their jewelry, gold, and silver items. Here's a story from a real customer. She walked into Bellevue Rare Coins with an old bag of jewelry, a little bit nervous, a little bit embarrassed because it was mostly old tangled chains and pieces she hadn't looked at in years. When they gave her the total, she couldn't believe what it was worth. Go see what your jewelry is worth with a free consultation. Bellevue Rare Coins is now in Linwood, Issaquah, Tacoma, and Bellevue.
Get ready for soccer's biggest stage. Join Dick's Sporting Goods for a pep rally at Northgate Mall June 19th, featuring a live DJ, activities, and more. Bring the energy and rep the red, white, and blue before kickoff. Dick's Sporting Goods at Northgate Mall, 9 a.m. to noon.
Olympic Hot Tubs mid-year clearance event is on. Score big savings on saltwater hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Hurry, our mid-year clearance and these incredible deals end June 30th. Olympic Hot Tubs